Okay.
And this is for later.
Let's see. What's your new starting stream?
Okay.
One. That's actually not bad. I like the little the foresty vibe. That's the top of your panel, isn't it?
No, this is a different starting screen. When I got these panels, when
Okay.
when I got these, they didn't have a blank screen just for me to do like just chatting with.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and found one that was similar and just used that for my just chatting background and for the panels.
Okay. Well, see, your panel has the same vibe as your starting soon scene, so that actually was a good
point.
That was a good thing.
that was the whole point. Wow, it's almost like I thought it out or something.
Oh, really?
So, Kim,
What?
you have any questions on your telephone?
No.
Oh. So Rev lied to me. He said that you did. You just didn't send them to him.
I thought she had them ready. She didn't have them ready at the time.
Oh.
I did not know that you all wanted me to ask questions tonight.
Okay, it's fine.
But I can try to come up with some as the night goes on.
Okay, now I just got 8 more ads for Loki.
Yeah, I've been toying with right off the bat within a minute of me starting. I do a 3-minute segment of ads that disables pre-rolls for an hour, and then
see, I don't have any ads. I turn them off.
But then you have a pre-roll. But let me finish what I was saying. Then when I get close to my hour being up, I just take a 3-minute break where I go stretch my legs, use the bathroom, grab a drink, run another 3 minutes of ads. Then that way my viewers aren't missing anything.
Okay, no one's ever told me they get an ad on my stream, and I have them turned off in Twitch.
Okay, you've got ads during your midstream ads turned off, but they're still going to get pre-rolls, which means as soon as they go to join your channel, they're getting an ad.
What is that?
Okay.
Bird dog?
Yeah, that's peanut butter.
It smells like peanut butter.
It does.
So yeah, turning off ads is great, but I find pre-rolls even more annoying than the ads sometimes.
Okay. I honestly thought that if I turned it off, it turns it off, period.
Nope. I guarantee you they're getting pre-rolls. Look at your ad manager, and it's probably got a yellow line along the bottom of your stream meter.
I have mine. I've opted out. I turned mine off and stuff, and I haven't had ad revenue in like the last 3 months. Not even a penny.
Yeah, you don't get ad revenue from pre-rolls, I don't think. But the ad revenue is pathetic to begin with. You literally have to have hundreds of viewers to actually see a noticeable amount of ad revenue.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I was running it, I might get like 27 cents a month.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
It's not worth losing a potential follower for pennies on the hour.
All right, I'm going live now.
Okay, I actually am getting ad revenue on mine, and I don't understand. That's because of the pre-roll thing, then.
Yeah, then you're getting pre-rolls, and you're getting some ad revenue from that. Hey, Meme, how you doing?
Oh,
thanks for popping in and watching.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to fix that.
The only way you can fix it is to run ads.
No, that's what I meant. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do something about running an ad every now and then.
Yeah, so that's what I do. Is I do 3 minutes right off the bat, which will disable pre-rolls for an hour, and then I just take a 3-minute break before that hour is up. Run another 3 minutes of ads, and then no pre-rolls whatsoever. And my viewers know they're not missing anything because I'm taking a break myself.
Gotcha. That actually makes a lot of sense.
I saw that. I totally stole that from somebody else. They were doing it, and I'm like, that's actually a really good idea because we sit for hours when we're playing games,
Yes.
and so it's good for us to get up once an hour and stretch ourselves. So I just made that part of my stream.
Does it have to be 3 minutes or?
You have to run to disable pre-rolls for a full hour. You have to run 3 minutes of ads in an hour. A lot of people do like a minute 30 every 30 minutes, which will be that 3 minutes. But I've decided to just lump it all together, take a break myself. That way I'm getting away from the computer.
Okay. So, like, for instance, if I was to, my starting soon is always 2 minutes. It is plays a song, and then when the song's done, it automatically flips over to whatever I plan on doing for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to run a minute and a half ad immediately after that, and then go into my game like I normally would, and then run like you said, a minute and a half right before 1 hour hits, it would stop that.
You have to do 3 minutes in an hour. So
Right.
if you did a minute 30 ad at the very beginning,
Yes.
in 30 minutes you're going to get pre-rolls again. You'd have to run another 1 hour, or 1 minute 30-second ad then
Okay.
to disable for another 30 minutes.
So I would be better off doing all 3 minutes in the first shot.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's actually good information to know. I did not know that. Like I said, I thought you could just turn them off, but
you can. It's just going to make your viewers have pre-rolls if they're not subscribers.
Yeah, I thought you could turn off the pre-rolls. Like
no, unfortunately you can't. And I can't tell you how many people that I just don't watch because I don't want to watch a pre-roll ad when I first get to their channel.
Yeah, I know. I was having that problem just a little bit ago, going into some guy named GamerBearLoki's channel. Okay.
Oh, you're not a subscriber.
Shots fired.
Okay.
Burn!
It's not a burn. There's actually a reason why I don't sub to most people.
If you sub to everybody that you watched, you would have no money.
No, it's not that. It's because when you sub to somebody, the streamer only gets 50%, and I don't like that. So I'd rather give bits and stuff like that because I take the hit from the get-go. You get all the money from the bits. Obviously not through MM, that's a different story, but through regular cheers, you get all the money. But with a sub, you only get 50%. So therefore I don't like to give Twitch extra money when I don't have to in a large chunk.
And that is absolutely understandable.
I mean, it's kind of reasons why, like with some people, I used to do like a $5 donation to their channel instead of doing a sub. But then when they go to take the money out, they lose 20% ish, which is still better than losing 50.
I think that just depends on who you use for.
Well, usually most people back then were using PayPal. So.
Oh yeah.
So. Okay. Well, I guess we can start off with the introduction. Everybody knows me. I'm Jeff the PC guy. And then today we're going to be joined with Lord Reveka and GamerBearLoki. This is GamerBearLoki's first time on the podcast. Yay! Obviously, Reveka is usually the normal redneck drunk of the group. Jeez,
Fire.
No comments to that one.
Fire.
I mean, come on.
Already, we haven't even started, and I'm just like...
yeah, same thing.
I'm
drinking hard cider,
and the whiskey really hits off first and stuff, but after it kind of goes away, my entire mouth is like swimming in peanut butter. It's amazing.
Oh, so you didn't try the chocolate peanut butter yet?
No, not yet.
I was telling him, Kim, to take a half a shot of Mozart chocolate liqueur, and a half a shot of that peanut butter, and mix it together.
Reese cup.
Yes. A generic Reese cup, but yes, basically a
I
Reese cup.
restocked them today.
You already what?
I restocked them.
Yeah, he
I
made a
know.
comment about the fake moonshine.
It has blackberries in it, and he wanted to try it, so I let him. I bought
The
it.
blueberry one's not bad. Strawberry one tastes like shit. Okay. Since Gamer Bear is a little new, so every time we start a podcast, we always ask the first two questions are always, how was your stream last week? Did you have or hit any personal goals for your stream?
I have not hit any personal goals yet, but I'm really close to getting my next follower goal that I've set for myself. So I'm only 9 away.
Oh, congratulations.
So really close.
Well,
what is the goal, by the way?
300.
300? That's not too bad of a goal to have, since considering you're only 9 away.
Yeah, thank you for the follow.
should be 8 now.
It is.
Well, in a minute it's going to be 7 because I guarantee you Kim just went to go get her phone.
Yeah, that's where she's going to go to.
So yeah, I'm really close to my next follower goal, in which I'm going to do another WoW Pet giveaway, and then I'll do the 200-bit for spawns on my next 7 days to die stream once I hit that goal.
Okay. How was your past week's stream for you?
I'd say it was pretty good. I had fun. I played a couple new games. Well, I played one new game, and then I played Grounded as a solo play because the guy I've been playing with was not able to make it. Thank you for that follow.
You're welcome.
And then I played Project Zomboid for the first time.
That's a fun game.
It's hard too.
It
Oh
is.
my gosh.
Yeah, before you got on. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say the controls are just not what I'm used to, and I've died so many times.
Before you got on, Rev, I was telling Gamer Bear that I'm not a fan of the overhead style gaming.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, that's not really overhead style play. You're like on an angle watching everything. I'm not it's kind of annoying for me to play a game that like that. I can watch it fine. I just can't play them. Like I get confused really easy with it.
I would start it up.
Next question for Loki is, what are your expectations for this upcoming week for your stream? And do you have any new goals or games? Which obviously your goal is the follower goal, but is there anything besides that this upcoming week you're planning on?
I don't have any new games planned, but I was thinking about possibly doing a Path of Exile game or Lost Ark, because I haven't played either of those in a long time, and I know they change those periodically. I think Lost Ark has a new class that they put in that I might want to check out. So I might stream one of those two games that I don't typically do, but otherwise it's going to be my normal schedule of WoW, Grounded, and 7 days.
And you said 7 days, and I'm assuming it's still the sorcery?
Yes, it's the newest update that they have that's not released for the public yet.
Are you still mixing it with Darkness Falls or just sorcery by itself?
It's just sorcery by itself for this one because there's not a compatibility patch for Darkness Falls yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's just sorcery.
Rev, so
Yes.
for you, how was your past week for your stream? Did you have or hit any personal goals for your channel?
Oh, that does taste like a Reese cup.
You're gonna be fucked up tonight.
Streaming, I thought very well. I guess the only real goal that we had was just to finish up the War of the Walkers series, and we did that this past Thursday, and we ended up with a day 700 or not 700 horde, just to see if the tower the Wizard's Tower would actually work in War of the Walkers, and it withstood the entire night. Goal wise, besides that, not really have any goals except for just to like have fun, and hopefully the community has fun while I'm trying to have fun.
Okay. Um, what he's talking about with his Wizard's Tower, Loki, is that he has a base design that he uses, and it looks like a tower from Lord of the Rings almost. And he has a path that goes specifically 2 blocks away from it, all the way up with like obstacles to get up to where he's at. When he was doing it with War of the Walkers, he was going around collecting the allies and using them as infinite ammo turrets.
Interesting.
And I told him, I was like, well, your Wizard's Tower is doing great. Why don't you make it more challenging? He's like, because he was going to quit his game at like, I think you were on like day 40, 49 or something like that the first
Day
time.
28.
No. The first time that I seen you do it in War of the Walkers.
No, that was Darkness Falls the first time.
Darkness Falls, sorry. And I was like, well, why don't you like give yourself a challenge? Put yourself on day 7,000, and he just agreed to day 700.
We have to
Like-
also remember though, the default time on that is 60 minutes, and with Darkness Falls, you can have you can have like a 4-hour day. So, and I was playing max days, max time. So, like my day 7, the first Horde night would be equivalent to me playing nonstop for 4 weeks in game. So, like the first Horde night would be equivalent to like the 4th Horde night on the default time frame. So,
Does that
like
make
on
sense, Loki?
yeah, on the first Horde night in Darkness Falls, we was getting demolishers and radiated ferals, and even in War of the Walkers, by the second Horde night, so by day 14, we were having nothing like majority cops, feral whites. We had our first demolisher on day 14, and all of that stuff.
Hold on, I'm still listening, and I'm just somebody said that they hear an echo, so I'm just trying to make sure.
Well, here, let me try. It might be because of me coming through my speaker. So let's see if I can. I'll put my headset on, see if that makes a difference.
Oh, that might be the same thing for them too.
No, with Loki, or sorry, with Rev, his mic is set up to where he doesn't get a echo and stuff. He has a dynamic mic, so he has to literally be talking in front of his mic.
Gotcha.
But me, like literally, here's my mic, here's my speaker. It's like literally 10 inches away from my microphone.
Mm.
So I don't know if that makes it a little bit better.
We had the issue last weekend too with
Kara.
Yeah. But I can wear my headset. It's not that big of a deal. We'll see if that makes a difference for you guys, for them.
Interesting. When I turn the sound on my stream, I'm not hearing an echo.
Well, yeah, but it's because I put my headset on Sense.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Let me ask her.
So, here, I'll go back to speakers and see if that makes a difference.
Oh, I muted my stream again, so. She's only hearing it when Reveka talks, which might be coming through your speakers and then into your mic.
Oh, possibly. It's like if we're all talking and stuff, then yeah, I guess whenever my mic would actually pick up my side, it'd be picking up what you all were talking as well.
Now she says with you having your headset on, Jeff, it sounds normal. Wait, you're in my channel. You see what she says. So.
Yeah, I can see what she's saying.
You're
Okay, so it's coming through me through my speakers. So I'll use my headset.
Howdy, Panther.
So okay, Okay, so you answered that one. What are your expectations for this upcoming week for your stream? Do you have any new goals or games you plan on, Rev?
Uh, Upcoming week will be hopefully not. We don't have anything family wise come up, so you and me can do the co-op server some more. Um, we're going to continue. Friday we started our modded vanilla, and um, I ended up checking it out and stuff, and I got the MRE stuff working now on it. So we're going to be
Okay.
playing with that as well. I think probably on Tuesday and Thursday. Um, Maybe even do a little bit tomorrow while she's gone to work. New games though, I might throw in a link to a link to the past, um, and or maybe do like a little Mega Man Classic marathon, like Mega Man 1 through 6.
That would be actually more. Those are the Mega Man's randomizers or the regular game?
They're just regular games.
Actually, now that one I would probably watch because you playing the randomizers, I get lost.
Well, I mean, the last time I did the Mega Man marathon, the classic marathon 1 through 6, it's roughly 4.5, almost 5 hours long. But on my time, which I do like at least a 6 hour stream, I could throw that in.
Okay. I know before I asked you about playing the multiplayer, the co-op server. Are you going to be able to play any other day besides Friday?
Uh, Whenever, honestly, if you're free, uh, and it's a day that I have set up, then yeah, I'm game for it.
Oh,
But
I
I know
mean,
how.
I meant evening wise.
Oh, evening wise, I could maybe do a couple hours here and there.
You can do whatever you want. I'm not your boss. I don't know why you're looking at me.
I could
It's a
possibly.
trap. It's a trap.
It's a
Oh,
trap.
well, she is the boss. I mean, she ultimately is the boss.
As long as I ain't got nothing planned for me and you, I don't care what you do. I'll sleep all day because I've been working my ass off.
Could you get any thicker of an accent than you just did just then?
Yeah. Your southern twang is coming out a little bit
I
extra
know
tonight.
because he's making me mad.
It did. It came out horribly. I still love you, honey.
I love you.
You don't mind me asking, where are y'all from?
Kentucky,
What part?
Eastern. We are like, well, she was farther like the southeastern area, but now we are like we're now at the border of West Virginia, Kentucky.
Hence the
Uh,
accent, why I have such a thicker accent than what he does.
I'm originally from Louisville.
Uh, well, I'll be going up to Lexington Monday for a doctor's appointment. So, and I've been to Louisville many times with my job.
You know, it's so funny listening to you guys say that, and everybody that I know from around here calls it Louisville, not Louisville. Not Louisville.
Louisville. I've heard Louisville.
Here's the
It's
thing:
Louisville.
when it comes to Louisville, you can ask anyone in Louisville how it's pronounced, and you're going to get 3 or 4 different pronunciations.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's
don't know what we call it in Harlan.
What?
Louisville.
I can't even pronounce that way.
hold on. What'd you call it, Kim?
Louisville.
Okay.
That's what they call it from where I'm from.
It's like you missed a couple of letters there.
It's
When you
Louisville
said,
from where I'm from, where I'm originally from.
wow.
Yeah.
It's like down here, it's a holler. It's not a hollow. It's a holler. You live up a holler.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've always
Great.
said a holler.
Where I'm from.
This is really good.
See, growing up in Michigan, we don't say creek. We call
It's
it a crick. No,
Yeah.
I call it a crick.
A crick.
Crack.
Yeah, crick.
Crack.
No, not crack. Crick.
Crack.
I say roof.
Roof.
Woof. Roof.
I just say roof.
Roof.
Some people call it a rough.
My grandpa does.
Roof. Roof.
Yep. He calls a roof a roof.
What do you call a tar?
A
A what?
tire or a tar?
attire.
I call it a tire.
What
No,
about a wolf rag?
Warshrag.
It's wash.
No, I actually I think I pronounced it with an R.
Wolf rag.
we didn't
Well-
last 20 minutes before we derailed this Saturday.
This is what I told you. Every time we derail somewhere for 15, 20 minutes.
In a
Well, you
fire
stopped asking questions, so
Well, because I'm done with the first two, and then that's with you guys. Now I got to go to me.
Yeah, you
So-
need to ask yourself.
I'm sorry, Jeff. I took us off track.
Jesus. Well, that's usually what happens, but that's okay.
Fire
Uh,
truck.
so as far as me, how was the past week for the stream? I really didn't stream a whole heap a lot. Friday kind of got thrown for the winds because Rev had something to do. I threw in a at work stream because for some reason just chatting and 7 days are like my two most popular styles of streaming. I don't get that one because I don't really like to talk, even though my wife says I talk a lot.
you do.
I would concur.
Thanks.
You welcome.
Did I have or hit any goals? Yes, I actually did have a goal. Was to get 550 followers, which I beat that this week. Well, as of Saturday and this week
Congratulations.
by 12. I'm at 562 now,
Well, congrats.
which I was surprised. Which now means that I have to figure out how and when to do a game giveaway. Because that was the goal that I set for myself once
You,
I
ha-
got
you
to
have to
Friday.
wear a Playboy bunny outfit while you do it.
No.
Oh, wow. She didn't even hesitate on that one.
No,
At least bunny ears. You have to have the bunny ears on.
I mean I can wear my devil mask, but that's about the extent of a cosplay that I do.
No, Playboy bunny ears. Pussy if you don't.
For one, I'm not gonna go spend more money on something.
Honey.
I'm playing Bob.
I know that, but just wait. What was your follower goal that you said you wanted to get to before you had to do something? Was it 300 or 500?
For
No, you a while ago you said you had a follower goal that once you got to that you were going to do something special for getting to it. I don't remember if it was 300 or 500.
I think it was one or the other. It's probably gonna be one of the like world's hottest stuff.
Okay, so the day that happens, Kim gets to wax your back.
I've done wax these arms.
Okay.
So
That's a botheration.
You, you suck. Never mind, that doesn't work.
Hell, I'd let her wax a beard.
well, I told him the day that
No.
he was the world's hottest thing that we could switch it up if his followers or whatever wanted him to, and then I could do the world's hottest because I hate hot stuff. I cannot stand hot stuff. It is my worst thing ever.
And I
then
would
he
do the
could
world's
sourest.
Holy,
See,
yeah.
I just ordered the Bean Boozled spicy
Mhm.
version and Toxic Waste Extreme Sour.
Oh,
Both of my kids like sour, but they don't really like heat.
Mhm.
But they said that if once I get it, and if somebody does it, they will do the sour one with me. So somebody will get a 3-for-1 when I get it.
Now I did order the hot ones
excuse me.
pack. That way,
Yeah.
eventually I can do like the hot ones challenge and stuff while we're streaming and see which kills me first. You, the community and the zombies, or the massive amount of hot sauce I'll be consuming.
I was gonna say one of the three zombies, the wheel of drunkenness, or
Which has actually been updated too. Before we even went live, I went ahead and updated it on the channel point wheel.
Yeah.
With all of the new varieties. I think we're up to
Okay.
32 bottles now.
holy crap! I
Oh,
only
that's
have
one thing.
6.
That's one thing I recently added. is the Bean Boozles. Since you were talking about them, Jeff, I almost got the spicy ones, and I kind of wish I had now because I got the ones that are just the random flavors, and oh my god, the bad ones are bad. I've
Oh,
only gotten two bad ones so far, but they were so disgusting.
Toothpaste
somebody,
is actually pretty good, and grass clippings not that bad, but the other bad ones suck.
Dead fish
I
is the
got
worst for
I
me.
got dead fish and old bandage for the two bad ones.
Oh,
That
dude, but I'm sorry, man.
is it was disgusting.
yeah, no,
Can
those
we
things
get
are.
bamboozled for Saturday nights?
We can if you want.
Okay.
You going to get the regular one or the hot one?
He can do the hot one. I'll do the regular one. I don't like hot stuff.
Well,
Which is
see,
why
that's
she
fine.
had agreed to do the hot challenge in lieu of me doing the sour challenge.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna vote that eventually, if you can, Kim, you need to get Rev the Satan's toe.
He's already done it.
I think
Okay,
we actually have a video. I mean, I could actually pull up the video on stream sometime if you all want.
you should
Not tonight, but
convert it and put it on your YouTube channel, like I've been telling you to do.
Yeah.
I've
I've even talked to you about that.
I know, and I've been working a little bit and stuff, but most of my stuff, like some of these 7 days to die tips and stuff, I will not be posting until Alpha 21 just to make sure that most of this stuff still is viable.
I don't see why, because there's people who still play Alpha 16 in 7 Days to Die.
But that's on the console version because they won't ever update it. Well, that's a long story.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the regular questions. So, Loki,
Mm-hmm.
what is your favorite game of all time? Does not have to be streaming or PC, console, board game, anything. It doesn't make a difference.
It's really hard to say that I have one favorite because it really depends on the mood that I'm in. If I want to
Mhm.
play a game where I just go in and just blow shit up, then I like to play Path of Exile. If I want to just relax and do quests and stuff, then it's probably World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14. But it would be, between those three.
Okay. Well, the next part of the question was going to be is if you did pick one specific game, when was the last time you played it? So in your case, you picked three different games. So when was the last time you played each one of them?
Path of Exile was probably 4 or 5 months ago. Final Fantasy 14 and WoW was just like 2 days ago.
So the Path of Exiles has been a hot minute since you played it.
It's been a little while, yeah.
That's the one that you said you were thinking about replaying on stream?
Yeah, because every couple of months they do seasons and they always change up the skill trees and all that in each new
Okay.
season. So I don't know if there's a new one out yet or not, but if there is, I definitely want to check it out.
Okay, so out of the three, which one would you say is your most favorite of those three? I know you said it depends on the mood, but out of the three, which one would you ultimately say
Oh,
all three of them
probably
look good? I'm just gonna pick one of them tonight.
probably Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, so you like Final Fantasy in general, or just that version?
Final Fantasy in general. My very first video game that I played was on the regular PlayStation, and it was Final Fantasy. I got it 1 year for Christmas, and I just
Okay.
dated myself, by the way.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Okay, Rev. I think you're obviously older than me, and I think I'm the second. Rev has been below me, and then Kim's the youngest of the bunch.
Yeah.
Hi.
She's the baby of the group.
I'm the baby.
Rev, favorite game of all time to play?
Mega Man 2.
Okay. Why?
Fell in love with the Blue Bomber, man. Growing up, that was my first game I ever played. Followed by Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past for the NES. Mega Man 2 was actually one of the hardest games one of the harder games I had learned how to beat, thanks to Hitman Stage back in the day.
Okay. When was the last time you actually played the actual game and just
And
sat
not a
there and enjoyed
randomizer.
it. Not a
Oh.
randomizer.
The actual game, I did a Mega Man marathon. Was it last month or 2 months ago?
2 months.
About 2 months ago.
Okay. Well, this is kind of going to be aging yourself, but the question was going to be: is how old were you the first time that you actually played that game?
3.
I didn't get to ask the question because Gamer Bear kind of like said that when he got it for PS1. So he kind of like already answered the question.
3. I was 3 years old whenever my dad, I'm gonna put a controller in my hand, didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I had fun, kept dying, and I just got the graphics looked awesome, especially back in the 80s and stuff. Whenever that was unheard of.
Okay. Well, since Kim is here, she can answer this one because it doesn't have to be necessarily stream related. So, what is your favorite game of all time to play?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because I get to catch a little Pikachu.
Remember, these Pikachu's behind me are not mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in other words, that means that you're going to be hanging out in Loki's channel a little bit more often because he has a bot thingy that does that.
That's so cute.
Where you can catch the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Catch Pokemon. There's a little
Let's see. So, when was the last time you actually played Pokemon?
about a week ago.
Okay. I'm assuming like on your phone.
No, Nintendo Switch.
Okay. I would say how old were you the first time you played it, but since the Nintendo Switch really isn't 100% old.
Oh no, I've been playing Pokemon.
About 3 years, maybe.
3 years, yeah.
Because you tried Pokemon Go whenever I was doing it.
Yeah, I tried Pokemon Go and I didn't really like it per se, but I've been playing for about 3 years.
Okay. My favorite game of all time is gonna be a little bit
Old school.
old.
Paper D&D.
Actually, no, it was a game called Harley Cruising on Windows 3.1/DOS. Was my favorite game of all time to play.
Damn, that's like back in Castle of the Wind time. Or no, Castle in the Sky
I
time.
don't know any of these games that y'all are talking about, so that's probably way before my time.
Yeah, that's...
Okay.
You wasn't even born at that time, baby.
Okay.
No, if I wasn't to play that one, the other game that I would pick as my favorite one would be a game called Hot Rod, which again was Windows 3.1 ish on a DOS computer.
Hot Rod is what is Hot Rod?
It's a 2D racing game that as you play the game, you have to look in a newspaper, buy parts to fix your car, buy a new car to make it so you can.
Dad played this game.
Oh, you can drag race.
I feel like my dad played this game.
He played it
Meme,
real
that
well.
was absolutely evil meme.
No,
Absolutely evil.
I see
What'd she do that was evil?
She subbed.
Oh, okay. Why is it my favorite game? It actually has nothing to do with the game or any reasons. It's because my aunt bought me the game, and I used to play it at her house all the time growing up as a kid. So for me, it brings back nostalgia feelings.
Memories.
Shiny.
This one.
Oh, crap.
There
Scared the
goes.
crap out of me, Shiny.
Oh, goodness.
Good girl.
Ha! It's a good one. Try again.
Oh, you got a Bean Boozled?
Meme subbed.
Oh, so you do it for subs? Okay. When was the last time I played it? About 2 years ago, because I actually have a virtual machine that runs DOS and 3.1 with the game on it. How old was I the first time I played it?
I'm so sorry.
Like 5, 6. So that means it would have been 30 some odd years ago. Yeah, that was. I don't even know if I'd be able to stream the game because of how, like, you have to play it on a slow computer. Otherwise, it's like playing in turbo mode. Loki. Now, this is kind
Yes.
of like the same thing I asked the last question, but what is your favorite game to stream?
Um, I'd have to
Not
say
necessarily to play.
7 Days to Die is definitely my favorite game to stream, just because with the integration, you've got that viewer interaction that you don't usually get with other games.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Um, when you say the integration, you mean TI, MM, both, or it doesn't really matter?
A TI and MM together, I feel like it makes the game a lot more random and a lot more risky because, I mean, how often do you really die with just vanilla spawns?
Yeah, like I would ask Rev, not very often. Um, uh, he the first time he got raided by Papa, he had the brilliant idea that he had TI on, and he had the brilliant idea to give everybody a bunch of points and then taunt Papa's channel
Oh
to
yeah,
kill
that was
to kill him.
that wasn't.
Hey, it was both of those recorded deaths were the only two recorded deaths in the entire playthrough, though.
Let's see, who was the one who actually killed you though?
Uh, I can't remember. It started with an L.
He's always in a
Lucky
suit.
Lucky
He's,
Shot.
no, he's always in a suit. He's like a very dapper
Oh,
guy.
Libido game or
Libido.
That's it.
Yes,
Yeah,
Libido gaming or something like that.
he's
yeah,
the one that actually got both kills on me.
yeah. But now he plays with mythical, so that makes it a little bit more challenging for him.
It
Team
changes.
also brings
I
up
don't know
a
if I
good
would
point
say.
that 7 days with the integration is also a lot of audience participation. So
Yeah.
they're not just sitting there watching.
Right. No, I like the audience participation in a lot of that kind of stuff.
Although with
Okay.
some games, I do have like with my. Sorry to interrupt, Jeff.
No, you're good.
We're
You're good.
talking about integration. I have with Path of Exile. I use. Hold on, let me see what it's called. Oh, I have to find the icon on my desk. Actually, go ahead and ask your next question. I'll find it and then I'll tell you here in a minute.
Well, my question was going to be for Rev, the same thing. Not including, it could be including the games that you said for the last question, but what is your favorite game for you to stream?
I link to the past randomizers. Even though I play 7 Days to Die more, I have more fun. Me personally, on a personal level, like on my side, I get more fun playing the randomizers.
Okay, I can understand that. I mean, in my opinion, is you never play a game because for I want to say everybody else's enjoyment. If you don't enjoy the game, you should never play
Yeah.
it to stream that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love 7 Days to Die. Um, I just that's why I ended up going to the overhauls: Darkness Falls, Undead Legacy, War of the Walkers. I even tried. I did sorcery with Darkness Falls at one back in Alpha 19. Had a blast with it. Um, but and it's just for a personal with me 7 Days to Die. I have to think more. Whereas on even the randomizers, even though you can consider each A Link to the Past randomizer a brand new game in and of itself because everything is different,
Mm-hmm.
I can almost go on autopilot and pay more attention to chat if whenever chat is actually active at that time.
Okay. No, that actually makes a lot of sense. Now, see, in my case, for a lot of times when I play a game, I don't care about the game. I'm playing and I interact with the chat more than I do the game.
Yeah.
So for me, that I get your point of it because, like you said, you can go on autopilot and talk to chat and stuff like that. You don't have to stop, think, and look. It's like, oh, what's somebody have there? Oh, crap! I'm getting killed.
Yeah.
The app that's similar to Mischief Maker is called Troll Alerts. and you can set it up for any game that involves using the mouse and keyboard to control the game. Because like with
That's
Path of,
Cool.
that's not the same thing LM uses, right?
I don't believe so. I think he
But then I'd
uses
have to go to an emulator.
Chaos something or something like that. But
That's
troll
in
alerts,
chaos.
like with say like for Path of Exile, you can, I think it's just like $1, like 100 bits. You can stop access to my keyboard, which is deadly in Path of Exile. If I'm surrounded by a bunch of mobs, if I can't have my keyboard for 10 seconds, it's just
Okay.
death.
I do something similar, but I use an application called Auto Hotkey, and then I have StreamerBot trigger a Auto Hotkey macro that locks my keyboard or locks my mouse for when I'm playing Fortnite. And they just use a channel point to redeem it. They don't have to. They don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, I said that's what I do. I don't do anything for any. I don't attempt to do anything for monetary value. If it's a troll thing and somebody wants to do it, granted, it's not going to be cheap channel points. So they have to do it for a decent amount.
If you're going to kill me in a game, most of the time you're going to have to pay for it. Even if it's $1, you're going to pay.
No. I understand that. Trust me. I'm just saying, like with Rev, I set it up to where he has a regular Wheel of Drunkenness that costs 1,000 channel points. You spin it, it randomly picks one of his 30 some odd bottles. He has another one that if somebody does 500 bits, it picks from one of three $100 plus bottles of whiskey that he has to do a shot of.
Yep.
So in his case, in your case, it would be a different story. My favorite game to stream, obviously, is going to be 7 Days to Die. If I'm playing with somebody, if I'm playing in a multiplayer. If I'm not playing in a multiplayer, my favorite game to stream is Farming Simulator, either 19 or 22. It's a very boring game, but it's a game that I actually like, and it has a decent community that goes behind it. So Loki. Next question for you is, what is a game that you enjoy but you didn't expect to?
Dead by Daylight. I thought I would absolutely hate that game because I thought it was just strictly like PvP. And then Meme actually convinced me to join her one night in her stream while she was playing, and I absolutely had a blast. I enjoyed playing it. I was very surprised.
Okay. Do you stream it?
I have not as of yet.
Okay.
Just because I typically don't play unless I'm playing with Meme or somebody else, and they're usually streaming it, and I don't like to stream when I'm playing with someone else that's already streaming. I don't want to feel like I'm taking from her stream if I'm also streaming it.
Understandable.
That makes complete sense.
It's like if I'm playing 7 Days to Die on somebody else's server and they're streaming it, I won't stream 7 Days to Die on somebody else's server either.
If they're streaming, or in general, you just won't.
If they're streaming, well, in general, I tend to only stream from my own server, because if something gets blown up, I'd rather it be on my server and stuff like that. So,
Rev, that looks 100% wrong the way you were doing that.
I have to get every last drop, man.
I'm trying to get him to let me make him this one drink. It is the 99-cent blue raspberry shot and Mountain Dew, because I seen it on TikTok and it's supposed to taste like a Baja Blast.
It sounds like it would taste like a Baja Blast.
Yeah, but I really want to try it, and I'm about to go make mine.
Well, go make it and I'll try it. Because I'm out now. I can't believe I actually savored that shot for as long as I have.
I know, and you love peanut butter.
Same question for you, Rev.
Yeah.
What is a game? What is a game that you enjoyed playing, but you'd never expected to?
A game that I enjoyed playing that I guess I thought I would hate.
Yes. I'm sure there has to be something. As he looks at the back of the retro games.
Honestly, and oh my god, that looks like that is
I put it in the
us.
freezer.
Oh wow. So I don't. I just saw over there. When Resident Evil came out on PS1, it was before I got real big. It was before I started doing like survivor horror, puzzle type things. I mean, it was always like Final Fantasy RPGs, Final Fantasy, action RPGs like Zelda, Mega Man, platformers, and all that stuff. And then whenever Resident Evil came out, and I tried it back when I was a youngin, and Final Fantasy. Well, I probably say Resident Evil is the reason why I ended up finding my way to 7 Days to Die 20 years later.
Delay moment on that one.
Yeah. I had to think about that because I mean I was actually looking at games that I'm playing like actively right now, and I'm like, and I saw I'm a Japanese Code Veronica, and I'm like, Resident Evil was a game I honestly didn't expect to enjoy at all. I thought I would hate it, and then I fell in love with it.
All right. Well, I would ask Kim this question, but she's a little preoccupied.
What?
What's a game that you've played that you thought you would actually hate?
Pokemon.
Well, she didn't like Pokemon Go, so she's not totally into Pokemon.
I think it was more the fitness part of Pokemon Go that she didn't like.
No,
The look on your eyes is like, what is this?
probably Phasmophobia.
You like Phasmophobia?
Yeah,
Rev don't though.
yeah, we're different.
Okay, Rev's like mind blown.
Oh my god, it does. It tastes like a bomb blast.
Does it
I
taste
mean,
like it?
a little bit of the alcohol, but for the most part, that taste.
Mhm.
Okay. In my case, the game would have been Minecraft. I actually like playing Minecraft with my kids, but I like playing it because I play with my kids. I used to like Fortnite, but then my wife started playing it. Now I can't play it.
Because she's better than you.
Yes and no. I mean, that's actually a yes and no answer, to tell you the truth. When it comes to certain things in the game, yeah, she's better at it than I am. But like when it comes to like quick building and shoulder shooting, I'm better than my opinion, I'm better at than her. Now our 17-year-old daughter kicks both of our asses and puts us to shame in the game. So, Loki. Now this is going to be kind of a weird question, I should say. Have you ever played a game that was too freaky, weird, or scary that you had to stop playing it?
I have not, but I once
We haven't played it.
was sitting next to my spouse when he started to play Outlast, and we got about 5 minutes in at the first part where the body drops out of the ceiling and is just hanging there, and we both said nope and turned it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys have never played it since?
Nope. We have not.
Okay.
So Outlast.
Okay. Rev, have you ever played a game that was either too freaky, too weird, or scary that you had to stop playing?
Mortuary Assistant.
God. Never again.
Okay, now why?
The jump scares on it was like who. I mean, it was like an indie developer and all that stuff, but I don't know who the creator of it was, but how they had set up the jump scares was, I mean, it was like on par for something that you would see in like a slasher thriller movie that you're watching. I mean, they were timed perfectly.
Oh Jesus.
Let's just
yeah.
say I about broke both of his computer monitors.
Okay. Kim, same question.
Mortuary assistant.
Oh, so same game for you and same reason?
Yeah. I
Uh,
hated the jump scares. It was awful.
for me, it was actually Phasmophobia.
I love Phasma.
Well, my buddy gaming cosplayer bought it for me, and I had played it with another friend, and that person was using me as a meat shield, pushing me into rooms and then taking off after he pissed off the ghost, so I would die.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
But that was part one. Part two of it is my buddy gaming cosplayer also uses a Go XLR, and he will record like the sounds and stuff, but he doesn't play back through the headset, like through the mic to where we would hear it in the game. And like he would purposely like go in, like there's this one house that you can walk into, there's a TV. He'll grab the remote off the table, go stand on the other side of the wall, just in the reach. And when you go in there, he'll start playing with the remote and then press the button on his Go XLR to play the ghost sounds like there's a ghost in the room. And then obviously everybody would freak out and take off. It because of that, I after that I have never played it again.
Do you like that drink?
It is. It's pretty good.
No, it's no.
I think it tastes like it though.
I don't.
Loki, opinion on solo versus multiplayer off stream, and then the same thing on stream.
If the game has a multiplayer option, I will always want to choose multiplayer. Games are always more fun when you play with friends.
Okay.
Always.
So that's the same thing off and on stream?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now this is going to be a controversial question for Rev. Off stream, solo or multiplayer? On stream, solo or multiplayer? What?
Off stream, I can do either or. If I have buddies that want to hop on and play a game with me offline, I'm game for it. On stream, it wasn't up until just like 2 weeks ago, whenever you finally convinced me to even hop on your server for the co-op stream. And I had fun. I had fun. I really did. But it was still new to me because you have to think total time played. I have thousands upon thousands of hours in 7 Days to Die alone. Everything my entire mindset is, what do I have to do? What am I going to do next? What am I doing now? It's what do I have to do? So jumping into a co-op server with someone else that actually it can take the load off of me. I don't know how to adapt yet.
See, now for me, it's actually kind of weird when you say that because I have roughly 2,600 hours playing 7 Days to Die.
Yep.
I would say 2,450 hours of it are all multiplayer. I never play solo game unless I'm testing a mod or learning how to build something before I build it on the actual server.
Yeah, out of everything, I'd probably say I don't even have double digits in the hours streamed with people.
Mine's always with people. I actually never found the point of playing a game solo if it has the, like Loki said, if it has the option to play multiplayer. I've never found the point of playing a game solo, other than to test something.
I also like Among Us. Totally off topic. I also like Among Us.
That's one game I don't have. I don't have Among Us. I have Fall Guys, but not Among Us.
I love Among Us.
So JF is actually trying to get me out of my shell, out of the norm for me, to try to play more on a co-op multiplayer type scenario with 7 Days to Die. And so It's going good. Except for I'm still in that mindset of solo, and I guess that's why he's died 6 times and I haven't.
Yeah, I've died 2 times because I'm running in and out of buildings because we're playing with an with a mod that I made up called MRE only, to where all food will hurt you in some way or form. The only thing you can eat are MREs. You can find the items to craft the MRE, and then you have to eat the MRE, which gives you food, health, and all that stuff. But if you eat anything else, even by accident, like if you find a thing of spaghetti and you go to eat it, it'll actually take away the amount that it's supposed to give you in food.
It's like honey. Honey will cure an infection by 5%, but how a normal honey gives you 5 food and 5% infection cure, it does the 5% infection cure, but it takes 5 food away from you. So if you're already starving, you're in trouble.
Right. So I was running in and out of houses trying to find food and drink, and I kept running into zombies and dying. So, in like I said, in my case, my opinion would be is always multiplayer, off stream and on stream. But I do play some games solo. In 7 days, I only do it for solo to test. But Farm Sim, I will play solo just to play the game because it's a sit back, chill, and drink some bourbon for me. Loki, you kind of answered this one while you were well, you didn't really answer, but you kind of did when you were talking about streaming while playing with somebody else. Discord calls.
Hold on. Okay, you can go. I was on my ad break.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. Sorry. Okay, so Discord calls. What's your opinion about it while streaming and off stream? And is it appropriate while you're on streaming? Whether it's a call that I call you, or you're sitting in a channel playing with, say 7 days, and you're playing with somebody else on a server. Do you only conversate through chat, or whether it's a Tiki or your stream, or do you voice chat?
Damn, that shot's fired towards me.
If if I am playing with somebody else in a game, then we are usually in Discord. If I now, like, say, if somebody was to call me in Discord at the same time that I'm in chat with somebody else, I would ignore that call and just message them and say that I'm busy.
Oh no, the way I was, sorry, I worded it wrong. In your Discord, you have multiple channels. So if you're playing, let's say you're playing 7 days with me, okay, do you go into a channel in your Discord, or do you do a private call?
Discord channel.
Okay. Does it matter if she's streaming, you're streaming, both streaming?
No, it doesn't matter. If two people are streaming, then I leave it up to them if they want to use push to talk or not, so that the other person doesn't bleed through to their stream. But when they're talking to their own stream, it's in Discord, all of us chatting.
Okay. Rev, same question for you.
It depends. I'm not big on for a living. I have to deal with the general public. So I don't like to necessarily talk to people a lot. I'll talk to myself day in and day out. And you understand this.
You talk my head off.
Well, you're not the general public. Okay. But if I'm doing, like when we did the co-op server, hell yeah, jump into Discord or however, like some type of voice chat. That way we can talk. Other times, if I'm like, if I don't like to just hop into to a call, whenever I'm just, ow shit, that bottle,
whenever you're trying to shit.
No, the bottle tipped over and smashed my toe. and I haven't drank that much yet. uh, well, we did just get back from eating though.
Yeah.
uh, um, it's a
Who snorted?
she did. If I'm in the mood for it, I don't mind to, but I mean, generally, I'm I'd rather generally I don't. So it's that's new territory um, that Jeff has been trying to get me to break ground with.
That's more me territory. I'm a talker.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to Loki. So the same. It's let's say you're streaming and Meme is not playing a game with you, or
Okay.
anybody is not playing a game with you.
Yeah.
What is your opinion about being in a Discord call so that they don't have to constantly type?
If we are talking about the game or something in similar topic to the game that I'm streaming, then it's absolutely fine. Now, if they're wanting to just start talking about random stuff or something going on in their life, that is probably best kept off of a stream.
Um. Okay. So you're playing your game. So we'll say 7 days, and it, normally in your channel, let's just put it this way, you would be in there talking about the game and things that are going on. I'm not saying like obviously something might come up to where that might not be 100% game related, but in general that the topic of your conversation would be revolving around your streaming game.
Yeah,
Would it be okay to be in Discord to talk to you versus somebody wouldn't have to keep typing back and forth all the time?
absolutely. I mean, general chit chat is good too. Just, don't spend an hour and a half stream talking about something that has nothing to do with the game or whatever, because I'm going to be interacting with my chat. Whoever jumps into Discord with me has to understand that. I'm not going to ignore chat just to listen to them.
Okay.
Not to mention, if you're going to come into my channel and start talking about a bunch of crap, just be aware that there's going to be other people listening too. It's not just me.
Okay. No. That makes sense.
So I mean, if you want somebody to know what you found out at the doctor's office that day, by all means, talk about it. But I
Okay,
won't let it
no-
get too far.
God, don't even. I don't want to even think about doctors' offices.
Hey, I used to work for Medicare in a call center. The stories that people would just freely tell you. I want to know if this is covered because this is what the doctor found. And
Oh my God, Bub, you and me could like off stream. You and me could get together and have like war
Story
stories.
times.
No, not war stories. Like no joke. Because I'm a first responder. I work EMS, so I know exactly some of the stuff that you have to go through.
people will literally tell you everything.
It's like,
No shame.
Oh, I got a friggin' golf ball stuck up my butt. I need to know if this is covered by insurance to get it out.
And Meme, you can talk about your cat Fifi as long as you post pictures in Discord for everyone
It's
else
like,
to see.
we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. We are farmers. Dun, 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 dun.
And now that my question is over, I'm going to go grab another drink.
What are
okay.
you drinking?
Hard ciders.
Strongbow, hard cider.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be right back.
Okay. So yes, that was kind of meant to throw Rev under the bus a little bit. That was kind of on purpose because Rev actually does not like talking in Discord, whether we're talking about what he's doing and stuff like that. Because like most of the time when he's streaming, I'm at work. And if I'm going to chill in this chat and actually be interactive, I can't sit there and type. I have to talk. Because I can put his stream up and minimize it. And as long as we're in Discord, I can sit there and talk to him.
And that
Otherwise,
makes
I
sense.
can't do nothing.
But I, at the same time, I don't want it to get to the point where everyone that's in chat, if they like join the Discord server, they think that oh well, Jeff the PC guy does it, so I should be allowed to do it as well. And then just
Well,
get
no.
flooded.
That's why there's locked channels.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't want to. I don't want anyone to get that assumption,
Mindset.
that mindset.
Well, like I said, that's the reason why we can lock a channel.
Yeah.
That's why there's certain channels that are only available to streamers, some that are only available to 7 days, some are only available to the owners. That's the whole point behind it. So when it comes to Discord calls, I always prefer I like using channels, but I actually prefer direct phone calls. While streaming, I will always prefer someone be in Discord over typing in my channel. When it's appropriate is if they want to talk about, like how Gamer said, about what I'm streaming, then it would be appropriate. And off stream, it's always Discord. I would rather be in Discord versus having to text somebody or send messages back and forth.
No, it's product available.
Loki. Now, the rest of since everybody in here other than Kim are 7-day streamers, this is going to be a little bit more. I'm going to orientate this around 7 days. So, Loki, why do you play it?
I like the aspect of the base building, and I like zombie survival games. I like the challenge of, get a base built before your first blood moon. Survive, especially when you've got hordes of zombies coming through an area. So I like the survival horror base building aspect of it.
Okay. When you set up your game, do you play with base game settings, or do you like alter to where you make it more complicated? You have difficulty, you change the day from 7 to something else?
I alter it to a 2-hour day, so I make it a little bit longer. And my blood moons are set to 10 days with a variable of 3, so they can happen anywhere from 7 to 13 days. I won't know when they happen until at 8 a.m. that day, within that range. And I usually play on 2 or 3 starting out.
Okay.
Sorry, Loki, I didn't interrupt you.
I've heard of people doing that where you get the random day, but I've never done that.
The variances is freaking awesome. And if you turn like blood moon warning off, period, the only telltale sign that you have is like at 1800, whenever the lightning starts striking and stuff, the thunder. And once it's like, if it's like really repetitive, like every like 5-10 seconds, then blood moon is that night. There is no warning. There's no red number or anything. You have less than 2 hours game time and that's if you pay attention to hear. So Jeff, with you don't play with sound, you would be fucked because you won't find out until 2200.
Oh, so that explains.
Doesn't the sky turn red still though when it starts getting dark?
There is still at 1800. There will be a slight reddish tint, and like the thunder clapping, and stuff will happen like once every 5 to 10 seconds on a blood moon.
I might have to try that. I haven't turned the warning off yet, but I do the variable.
So that explains why you freak out every time it rains.
Me?
Yes.
We're
playing on my server right now, and it was raining for like almost 2 days straight in the game. And every time he turns around, he's like, "It's not Horde Night yet, is it?" Because he would start hearing the thunder. I don't hear it because I don't play the game with sound.
Yep. There's visual cues that will teach you a lot about the game and stuff. And it's just like GamerBear, like, can I just call you Loki?
Whatever works for you is fine.
Like Loki just said, he wasn't aware that he knew about the tent, but he actually didn't know. He said that he never paid attention probably. But once you start paying attention, you're picking up, especially if you do the variances with blood moon warning turned off. You'll pick that up real big.
That's crazy talk. I'm not turning the warning off.
In fact, I may actually do that with this modded playthrough we started yesterday.
Well, I can alter our server and turn it off and then put the variant in it.
Do Blood Moon every 3 days with a variance of 5.
Well, we have it set to 10 right now. We have it at 10 days right now because when I'm drinking, I didn't want to have to figure out the days.
Yeah, so we'll keep it at 10 for you because you're drunk. But give me, since Jeff did this, I would rather be with the people in this chat than with the finest people I know. Cheers.
What was it you had to drink?
That was the vanilla.
Oh, nothing for you.
It's 50 proof. No, sorry. Yeah, 50 proof.
I need to get him to do the 101 proof.
It's over here.
So Rev, why do you play 7 days?
Well, from the people that is in this chat with me right now, Jeff, you're the one that's has been to my stream the most, that has watched me. I am all about trying to, if there's a way to exploit it, I have found a way to do it. In every single version of the game, every single overhaul I have ever played, there is some type of exploit. That way you can, and it's all with the base building. Can you make an AFK? Can you truly make an AFK base? Yes, I have. Can you truly make it to where like you don't that you can just sit down and watch the entire wave end without you laying a finger before 4 o'clock in the morning? Yes, you can. I have found that way. I mean, the base building aspect of it is so amazing. And then also, I like to try to challenge myself because War of the Walkers. Every time I've ever seen anyone playing stuff, they have guns, they have ranged weaponry, they are going through bullets. Not me, man. You give me a melee weapon, and I will take out an entire horde not with just melee.
Not to alter the conversation, but next time you go to the liquor store, Rev,
caramel turtle. Ooh,
Caramel turtle.
Caramel. I did get a caramel.
Oh no! Hold on. It's chocolate whiskey with caramel turtle.
Oh,
say he says caramel.
Yeah, well, he's wrong. We got
Hold on. What did I say?
Salted caramel, Crown Royal.
Hold on. What did I say?
You said caramel.
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 No, I pronounce the second A.
He said caramel. I heard.
Caramel.
It's caramel.
Well, if the more drunker I get, it becomes caramel.
That's fine. But you said caramel. It's pronounced, for me, it is pronounced caramel. Caramel. Caramel.
Karma?
Caramel. Yeah.
Okay. So you like playing it for basically finding the shit that we're not supposed to do in the game.
Yes, and like you said, when you come to my stream to learn stuff.
No, I don't come in there to learn stuff. I come in there to torture you, but I just end up learning stuff.
Well, okay, yeah. People come to try to kill me or troll me, and then they end up learning stuff, which a couple people have told me that they have used in their streams. I think Papa Smack said he learned he didn't know about the jumping on top of bears and riding them, and then he tried it, and he survived an extra 10 seconds during MM.
Right, and I think the last stream you did, what was it? Miss D learned the thing where you ride your bicycle backwards.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't use stamina. Yeah,
I did not know that. That one was new to me.
I love Miss D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Why do I play it? Because it's a fun multiplayer game, and to me, it's Minecraft meets zombies. I call it Minecraft for adults.
I would agree with that.
I always say Minecraft meets DayZ.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is: do you like to play it off stream? If so, why not just stream it?
I do play mine off stream quite a bit. And why not stream it? Because I want to get stuff done.
So, in other words, don't turn on integration.
I mean, I could, but then you have to answer the questions. Why is MM not on? Because I don't feel like being messed with today. But
I
so
don't
no,
think
I
I
play it off stream sometimes.
Okay.
Depends. Like when the new sorcery mod came out, I played it off stream for 2 days just so I could learn the new changes that they made.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
But now, when you started playing it off stream and then learning the new changes, did you start a new game for stream or just continue the
a new game.
off stream game? Okay. No, because I've actually seen people who played 7 days off stream, but they actually streamed the game, and then they would just play the same game off stream. Like the progression wouldn't be for stream only.
I think watching somebody build a base or organize their inventory is incredibly boring. So when I'm playing off stream, that's what I tend to do. That way I'm not boring my chat.
Okay, now
I would agree with that.
see, I don't agree with that. In my case, I actually enjoy watching people build the bases and stuff because then I get to learn how you built how you built your design of a base, like with Rev's Wizard Tower.
Maybe some things are supposed to be top secret.
Touche, salesman. I too have an uncle.
I feel attacked. Okay. Rev, do you play it off stream? If so, why don't you just stream it?
Yes and no. Um, I used to like Gamer Bear, like Loki said. He'll like to go on his thing just so he can not be trolled and actually get shit accomplished. And I used to do that too. And then I'd have people like Jeff, the PC guy, who would pop up in my chat and accuse me of cheating and going into creative mode and giving myself all this good shit. I'm off stream. So I'm like, no. So if
Hold
you
on,
have,
hold on. I'm going to put you on a timeout on that one, buddy,
you have,
because up until recently, you actually never turned even TI on. You would play a vanilla game with nothing, or sorry, not vanilla. You would play your War of the Walkers with no TI on.
it wasn't just War of the Walkers. It was Darkness. You accused me of cheating back in Darkness Falls.
Yes, but you were not using TI.
Well, of course I wasn't.
No,
I
you would
didn't have
only.
I didn't have the community for it at the time. I still don't have the community for it at the time. But I mean, I'm turning it on because you want me to turn it on. So I'm like, okay. But
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
like it's not just me though, because you get Papa's channels coming into your stuff now.
and
You
now
get
they are, yeah.
Well, yes, Miss Flex's channel comes into your stuff now, because honestly, if you okay, in my opinion, with knowing their demographic of viewers, if you don't have some sort of integration on, they don't stay very long.
No, and I
With
agree
with 7 days.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it was that defeats of what the question was. Do I play off stream? I used to. I used to actually do like at nighttime. I would go out and do my mining and do whatever and stuff, and come up with shit and stuff, and then fuck you, Jeff. And whenever I would come back in the next day on streaming stuff, I I got accused of cheating to get the stuff that I didn't. So I mean, now if it's a world like my modded vanilla that we started yesterday, I have not logged in. Well, correction, I logged into it long enough to see that MREs are working now, and then I logged immediately off. The only time that world will ever be turned on is whenever I'm live. Now, do I have other worlds that I do like to play? Yes, and I play them offline. Like right now, I've been playing the fuck out of Darkness Falls, but I'm doing a modded vanilla playthrough right now on stream. So I'm not going to be doing multiple overhaul mods on stream. So if you show up tomorrow for Darkness Falls and then Monday I do Undead Legacy, and it's going to throw chat completely for a loop.
Do you agree with that, Loki? Playing different mods on different days? Or should
I
you
mean,
only play one mod?
it's the way I look at it is it's your stream. Play what you want.
No. He was specifying that it would throw the chat off, the viewers off.
Like if I play Darkness Falls tomorrow, and then Monday I play War of the Walkers, and then Wednesday I play Undead Legacy. Well, those viewers that are coming into what are probably some of them will get invested with that particular playthrough of Darkness Falls, and then you are going to completely throw a wrench into it and play something completely different, because you have to think. I think of it just like a randomizer. An overhaul mod is a completely different game.
It is, and I see what you're saying, but if your title is updated appropriately, then that's their choice to come and watch you while you're playing a mod that they don't usually watch.
Well, true.
I mean,
And that's, sorry,
if
go
you
ahead.
if you like playing the 3 different mods on stream, then play the 3 different mods on stream. Just make sure your title is actually of the right one, the one that you're playing. So, I mean, if they come in and then complain, just can they not read?
Yeah, I guess that's a.
But then I get in trouble for voicing my opinion again.
I don't know about getting in trouble. I mean, the only person that's going to get in trouble by is you.
The way I look at it, though, I mean, it's your stream. Do what you want.
Right, do what you want.
And then at the same time, though, if I'm playing, even to a point, even now, because like I'm playing solo. Well, Darkness Falls offline just so I can enjoy myself, have a good time, try out some of the new stuff that's in the beta for that. Whenever if I'm playing, and I started doing that when I was still doing War of the Walkers on stream, I would find myself, all right, last night, Thursday night, I just got done playing War of the Walkers. Well, after I got off stream, I probably popped up Darkness Falls and was playing through that and stuff. And then Friday, the very next day, whenever I hop on, I have no idea where the hell I'm at in War of the Walkers. I have to wait till it loads into the game so I can even start to do a plan of the day. Like, what am I going to be doing today? I don't even know where I'm at. And it doesn't help that we have Jeff that likes to spin the wheel.
Well, you can always deactivate the channel point if you want.
I have nothing else really for channel points. So, I mean, if you are, me personally, that's why we have both a bit version and a channel point version. I mean, if you all are willing, if you all want to sit down and watch my stream and enjoy it, maybe even learn something from time to time, and y'all rack up the channel points and want to throw down a wheel of drunkenness to just try to, because honestly, that's more of a troll to me than TI or MM or anything is like that, because then you all are actually, because MM TI just makes you think fast or think on your foot and stuff. Whereas like what Jeff just did, fuck you, thank you for the 500 bits. You're affecting my processing power. Okay. I like to think that I have maybe an 8-core processor, and then the more Jeff does this shit, it turns into like a 1-core processing power.
What you do is you take one of your bottles that has a clear alcohol in it, and when you're done, fill it with water and just act like you're drinking.
No. See, he actually was supposed to drink a sip of water one time, and he accidentally grabbed his bottle of moonshine.
Of White Lightning. True moonshine. Not that.
Accidentally.
Yes, accidentally.
No. This is what's left of my of the actual White Lightning, the stuff that we got from her grandpappy. And this is a bottle of water.
Oops.
After so long, I don't realize that there's no label on this, and this actually has a written label on it.
Well, beneficially, he hasn't fell out of the chair yet, so that's a good thing today. As far as me playing off stream, yes, I do, but again, I don't play solo games. I depending on if I'm playing on somebody's server, I will play off stream, because when I play the game, go ahead, Rev.
Who's to staying positive and test negative? Cheers.
Yeah. Okay. I can't. I think I know what you said.
Here's to staying positive and testing negative. That's salty.
So I do play off stream, but only on a server. And sometimes I don't stream it because, like, I used to play on somebody else's channel server, OXO Mobster, and at the time we were not allowed to stream from his server because it was his server, so he was a streamer. But we were all playing on it. There was a lot of people who didn't stream who played on the server.
I'm sorry, whose server was that?
OXO Mobster.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know who he is.
Oh, and may I say something else?
Yeah, I guess if you have to. No, go ahead, Rev. You don't have to ask.
Loki had mentioned the whole once the bottle was a clear bottle was filled, just fill it up with water and stuff. Two reasons. One, I don't want to lose that integrity, and two, I'm a shit actor.
Well, I think he was trying to be, jokeful about it, not actually.
Well, yeah. But yeah.
I mean, as much as you drink, though, I don't think a couple sips of water are gonna hurt anything.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came home from work, and thanks to Jeff, he's been drunk.
Okay, I have to give you a word of a little alteration on that comment. It wasn't because of Jeff the day that you came home and he was drunk. You can thank Papa Smacks for that too.
And Papa Smacks. But Papa Smacks was doing exactly. He was just doing what Jeff told him to.
And that's fine.
He was a follower that night.
That's fine because I had the car, so I knew you couldn't go nowhere.
I won't go anywhere anyway.
Okay. Loki, you kind of already answered this. Do you like playing with other people? Yes, you said you prefer playing with other people. When you play with other people, what style of game play is your favorite way? Where everybody works together, everybody has like their own job per se, or everybody can do everything?
I think it just really depends on the game. I mean, with games like 7 Days to Die, it's good for somebody to be the builder, somebody to be the forager, somebody else to, just kill zombies that get near. So I think it just really depends on the game, but everyone choosing a role that they want to do is probably a good idea. That way everyone can just work together, build a base, and progress to the game, especially in the early stages.
Okay, this is all about 7 days going forward. In 7 days, so everybody would everybody kind of selects their own role. That's how you like to play. So you have one person who's like the farmer, one person who's like the crafter, one person who's like the miner, one person who's like the hunter kind of aspect or the whatnot. Okay. Yeah. Rev, this is kind of difficult for you. Do you like playing with other people? No.
I'm not used to it.
I know that. So this question was really not really aimed towards you. But now that you've been playing, you played a day with me. Do you like it?
It's different.
So you don't like it?
No, I didn't say that. It's different. Like I said, you're getting me out of my norm.
Well,
you're getting me out of my safety bowl.
Well, I'm trying to help you get out of your safety bowl.
Yeah.
I know you're used to doing everything yourself. Do you like the aspect of doing certain things and then like I'm doing certain things in the game?
No, I'll be straight up with you. If we had if I had 6 reliable people like that stream the same time I stream or all this other stuff, and because I'm specifically saying 6 for Darkness Falls because of the 6 classes.
Yep.
and I was chosen the role of a farmer, I would play the fuck out of that farming class. But at the same time, I would that would require that requires the hunters to go out and shoot the game for me. If they're not doing a good job, then that's something I
Okay.
have to pick up their load. The
Uh,
looters, if the survivalists, if they don't grab the stuff that I need to make the farms and stuff, then I have to pick up their.
got a question. How come you chose the farmer or the hunter? I mean, is that a redneck thing?
Yeah,
you immediately went to those two. I mean, you didn't include
Oh,
the
no,
soldier class or the
it has
builder or anything else.
it has
was
nothing to do with being a
hunter,
redneck or a
the
hillbilly
hunter
or
or the
anything like
farmer.
that. It has everything to do with the fact that in Darkness Falls, the most boring fucking class that you can have is the farmer and the hunter. Those are the most
What class is
shit
the miner?
classes you can have in Darkness Falls.
What class
Yeah,
is
but
miner?
eventually everyone can become all the classes though.
Exactly.
So I mean,
No, yeah, but when you're first starting out, you specifically say, "Hey, can you perk into this one? Can this person perk into this one first?"
hmm
And then eventually everybody's everything. But like, how long does it take you to completely perk into a class?
For me, and like whenever I'm playing solo on a 3-4 hour day,
not very
I
long.
have all of my
Well,
farming stuff.
okay, in your case, Rev, you really can't answer because you don't play with other people.
Well, yeah.
Well, I
When you're
mean,
playing
technically, I don't get to play with other people either because nobody plays on my server. But
that's right. You play you in a way play solo.
yep, I have a big
Okay.
enough server for multiple people, but nobody likes to play.
What do you
Yeah.
play? What mods?
I really like doing Darkness Falls and Sorcery together, but right now it's just Sorcery because it's the new version.
You see, I tried sorcery and Darkness Falls, and once again we're derailing from the conversation, but I don't give a fuck at the moment. Jeff, I liked mixing up both of them because the sorcery mod, in and of itself, whether you realize it or not, a lot of like an AFK base in Darkness Falls is completely shit in sorcery because some of those sorcery zombies can actually hit you through walls.
Yes. And you're actually, if you've not seen the new sorcery, it now levels very similar to Darkness Falls you learned by casting now. So they've completely redone sorcery.
That is awesome.
See, you
So
might like that one a little bit more now, Rev.
Yeah, and it's like the learn by doing is by far one of the best things that the fun pimps even had to begin with. And I think once they got rid of that and changed it to learn by leveling, I think that kind of took away. But at the same time, in that same aspect, it's very abusive if you know how to do it.
Okay. Um, Rev, this one really, when I get to you, it really won't really deal with you too much. But Loki, when you play 7 days on a multiplayer server, local server versus hosted server.
um
And what I mean by local server, I mean like starting up a solo game and just allowing people to come in, not running the actual Deady server application separately.
I would have to go with hosted server because that's all I've had.
Okay. Now, Rev, on the other hand, he plays all local, no server, period.
I did try server once, and that's whenever I was doing Dark. That was back in Alpha 19, Darkness Falls, and that's because I was actually using MM at the time.
Okay. Which you don't use MM now, so not at least
Not
currently.
I'm considering it. I'm not teeth when I say it. I'm considering it.
Okay. Me, I actually run a hosted, but I run a Dedi from the Steam, the dedicated 7 Days to Die server, and a hosted server through a company. I run both. One is for testing, one is for what me and Rev are playing on now. Which the only downside about the one me and Rev are playing on now is that he wanted to run the compo pack for all the for all the advanced POIs, which makes it a pain if somebody else wants to join the server with us because they have 6 GB worth of downloads to do.
And each one of them is completely worth it.
Well, it is, but it's not at the same time. I mean, for us, it's worth it because
Well,
I
yeah,
actually really enjoy all the fancy POIs that we get.
I
should
enjoyed
try-
I enjoyed the difficulty spike in the combo pack,
Yes.
and I first learned that from Darkness Falls. A tier 1 combo pack is equivalent to almost like a tier 3, sometimes a tier 4 vanilla quest POI.
I don't like the OP loot though.
It's not in every POI. Some of them are, some of them ain't. Some of them you can go through hell. You could spend like over an hour in that POI only to get nothing from except for what you've looted in the rooms.
Okay. Have you ever tried the compo pack, Loki?
No, I have tried different mods on Robots server, which is who I usually play with. Him,
Yeah.
me, and Daubers sometimes. But on my server, it's since I've played Darkness Falls and Sorcery on Robot server, my server has strictly been Darkness Falls and Sorcery, or at the moment just Sorcery because they're not compatible yet.
Did you play DF back in Alpha 19?
No.
Okay, I was going to say because during Alpha 19, Darkness Falls did use the combo pack.
Gotcha.
Okay. The compo pack is really it's a mod, but you use the mod to create a custom map. And then you get to tailor that, like what POIs are there, and then you create the map, and then you use that map to play on. It doesn't really add any zombies or anything. It just adds custom POIs and loot spawns and zombie placement. It makes it fun because, like right now, with the server that me and Rev are on, we're in the area of the forest that has a medieval town. So it's like all castles and blacksmithing buildings and stuff like that. So it's actually kind of neat, but the zombies make it a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention with my sorcery mod, I have added a couple different mods to it. I added the Fantastic Beasts mod, which means that I have griffins, chimera, I think it's chimera or manticores, dragons, and harpies.
That's in War of the Walkers.
That spawn on my server, as well as a skeleton mod that will add different skeletons to it to make it a little bit more fantasy themed for the creatures that you fight, in addition to sorcery. So it's, let me just say, dragons at the lower levels, they're no joke.
Oh no,
they're pretty difficult.
See, the dragons in War of the Walkers only spawn in the wasteland.
I don't know if that's how they're supposed to spawn, but they didn't do that on my server. On day 1, I had one circling the house that I had claimed as my base.
And as soon as you get dealt damage, they swoop down just like a vulture.
So,
Loki, I already know this answer for you. What is your favorite overhaul and why?
Darkness Falls and Sorcery together, just because I like how difficult the game gets. Because everyone always talked about how Sorcery was so easy at higher levels, but yet when you pair it with Darkness Falls, where the demons start spawning, it balances out Sorcery very well. I'm not sure how it's going to pair together with the new update for Sorcery, but I'm looking forward to seeing. So, but Darkness Falls and Sorcery together are my favorite.
Rev, same question. What's your favorite overhaul and why?
Darkness Falls. That was the very first overhaul mod I ended up playing after, like, successfully doing vanilla on insane difficulty, nightmare speed, and this was before Feral Sense was even a thing. Vanilla just didn't pose a threat to me anymore, and there was a streamer. Who was it that I'm not a streamer? Well, he might be he's a streamer, but there's a YouTuber by the name of actually was during whenever Glock 9 played it back in Alpha 19. Um, I had watched his video and saw the massive spike in the difficulty, and I'm like, that's something I want to do. So then I went straight to Darkness Falls. Knowing what I know now, I probably would have started with, Undead Legacy, because that is the closest thing to vanilla, just more grindy. And then once I did that, I would have moved up to War of the Walkers, because I like to refer to War of the Walkers. And Jeff has made this point. War of the Walkers is Darkness Falls for beginners.
Yes.
And then finally moving up to Darkness Falls. I did enjoy sorcery, and I played, like I said, I played sorcery with with Darkness Falls, but like Loki said, in and of itself, and I don't know this new version of it, but in and of itself, at higher levels, sorcery became easier than vanilla to a point for me.
It isn't now.
That makes me want to consider making another copy of my 7 Days to Die folder and putting. I have 5 separate 7 Days to Die installations on my computer.
That's
See,
a lot.
I watched Loki play it, and when you were playing, I don't know, give or take a month ago, I swear when you were doing stuff, I thought your character with whatever you had going on, were almost indestructible. You were so OP. It was ridiculous.
Versus vanilla zombies, absolutely. But who
No,
isn't
no.
at higher levels?
No, you were doing some other zombies that were not vanilla, and you were still wiping the floor with them. You were in some like everything was like gloss black on the floor wherever you were at, and every time they stepped somewhere, they got hurt or something like that because you were like it was like a trap or something that came up, and like you would just one hit them and they were dead.
If I was at my base, then what you're talking about is there was a lightning floor. They were traps.
Uh-huh.
And so as soon as they step on the traps, they're going to take damage, which then if I do hit them, they probably did die in one hit just because I had traps very spread out.
Yeah, but
So the area was very trapped for them to walk through. No, sorcery, you're not invincible.
No, and in defense for Loki, some of the stuff, the materials used. I mean, you actually, it's some of these things are a huge material grind to be able to do some of the stuff he's probably done.
That's why I always make my base. I prefer to go lightning, and then I always make my base in the desert because the lightning bushes are just everywhere. So mats are easy to get for the
Yeah.
lightning.
Doesn't
stuff.
trees normally give you the lightning essence too?
There are trees, there's bushes, and then there's the mines. And then in the new version, they've got these huge crystals now that will give you essence.
So yeah, the lightning essence was extremely easy to get early on. I mean,
Especially
but
in
if
the
you were
desert.
going to go fire or blizzard, you had to grind that.
Yeah, fire is the worst one to go in. Like when you pair Darkness Falls with sorcery, fire is like the worst choice.
Yeah.
Because fire bushes mostly spawn in the wasteland, which is radioactive. So,
oh Jesus. When it comes to an overhaul, which one would be my favorite? I actually like vanilla, but vanilla with sprinkles and War of the Walkers. I've never played Sorcery Mod, but I've told you, Loki, my opinion is zombie meets Harry Potter don't mix.
normally when you have Darkness Falls, you have laser weapons. So,
Well, no, see, I actually had a conversation with Rev. Is that I actually don't. I don't like the laser weapons. I don't. I agree with the titanium stuff, but I don't like the laser. But the magic and stuff, like, I get the idea why it would be fun to play. But with me, I'm not a big fan of that. Like a couple of people told me about a mod called Crystal Hell. I tried downloading it. I tried to get it to work with my 7 Days to Die. It locks up my 7 Days to Die. No clue why. It'll go through building and then just lock up and the game will freeze.
I mean, in the point of sorcery, though, if you don't like it, but you're on a server with it, you don't have to do it. You could just go strictly mundane.
Yeah.
But then you get all the horrible zombies that you have to try and
Okay,
beat
but
with
if
760
sorcery
bullets.
is OP, they shouldn't be a problem still.
No. Yeah. I get that. I get what you're saying.
I see that because if you go the mundane route in sorcery, you could think of it as like a difficulty past insane in vanilla. Because as the new zombies, the newer the sorcery zombie types. But if you go mundane and you don't select anything that, and you just try to go with like a steel armor set and like your club, you talk about hell on. Oh yeah, it's on. Or it was,
Yeah.
I should say.
I made the mistake of bumping up my Darkness Falls sorcery combo to 4 for difficulty. And then I did the middle option for sorcery to make it more difficult all at the same time. And I literally went from a 150 game stage to 380
Nice.
without no, it wasn't nice. I didn't have the weapons to defeat the demonic zombies that were now coming at me.
Yeah.
No. I think that's why he said nice, because ever since I've met Rev playing 7 Days to Die, he tries to find the most complicated way to play the damn game next to being on insane mode that I've seen anybody play. Because the way he plays, like even with the vanilla game, he will run through a Horde Knight with just a freaking club.
Successfully. Jeff, you don't forget successfully.
You still get your ass whipped a little bit, but still, yes, successfully.
But does he die? No.
Well, now that he's playing with Mythical, I make it a little more challenging for him.
I'm still slowly racking up ammo in certain types.
Yes, you are. I do agree with that.
But does
Yes,
he
Southerner, that's
die?
how it should be played, as hard as you can.
That's why I think I cannot wait for Alpha 21. I can't. Everyone can boo me all they want. Fuck Sexy T-Rex is the most broken skill in ever. And if I'm going to play vanilla or anything that has Sexy T-Rex in it, I'm going to abuse it.
Well, it still has Sexy T-Rex, but
But
supposedly
it's for individual weapons. Each perk line, each skill tree is going to have it. So I can't max out. I can't get a maxed out 60 T-Rex on day one like I just did yesterday, and then I can choose whatever weapon I want, and I'm perfectly fine.
You'll choose club.
I know. I think possibly I'll probably start with Stun Baton next time.
Southerner, what do you play 7 Days, and do you play it on console or what? Somebody in my chat said that that we're lucky that the things that we get in the next alpha.
Yeah, I mean, I still play the console version too.
What do you play the console version on?
On my Xbox.
Weirdo. Yeah, he plays on console.
So I guess he's a weirdo too.
Well, no. He's a weirdo because he doesn't play on PC. I mean, because he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the. I don't believe he has a PC. But Rev's a weirdo because he plays it on PC and he decides to hurt himself by playing it on a console.
Dude,
Well,
there's been times even on computer I have dropped back down to Alpha 6 and played whenever I first started the game.
I wish I had an earlier alpha than what I have now. I would like to learn how to play to go through the different alphas. I think that would actually be fun to go to an older alpha to see what the difference is, how that works versus how the ones we're used to now.
It's like that's a question. Like I don't know if you've asked or not, but when did we start playing? Have you already asked that one?
Yeah, he done did.
No, that was when did you start playing your favorite game?
Oh, like
And
Loki,
yours was
when
Mega
did you?
Man 2.
Yeah, when did you pick up 7 Days to Die? Do
I
you remember?
I do because I had just started streaming and I was mostly playing Final Fantasy 14 and Path of Exile. And then somebody in my chat said that if I liked survival games, that I should look at 7 Days to Die, that it was a lot of fun. And so that's when I started. So I've only been playing 7 days for, let's see, I've been streaming for almost 6 months now. So for about 4.5 months for
So
7 days.
Alpha 20.
Yeah, so I'm still fairly new to 7 days as far as time played.
Like experience wise, I'm the oldest 7 Days to Die player in this trend. I started playing when Alpha 6 hit.
See,
And
I've
we're
only
at
been
Alpha,
playing.
huh?
I've only been playing since 19.
Yeah. I mean, so if you want to know a difference, go make a copy of your set, or just go back to Alpha 6 and load up a brand new world and just look and see what we had back then.
I'll pass.
Are we able to downgrade to that
Yes,
low to an
you
alpha?
can go to your in Steam. You can go to manage. What's it called? Hold on 1 second. Steam, your library. Click on 7 Days to Die. The little gear. Go to
Properties.
properties, and then at the bottom it should say betas, and then you can actually go down and select. You can go all the way back to Alpha 3.
No, I can go to 8.8. That's all it gives me.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I can go to alpha 3. No, that's 13.8. Alpha 8.8 is the lowest you can go.
oh, well then,
Nope.
sucks for
Yeah,
you all.
8.8. That would actually be fun. I wonder if there's multiplayer in 8.8.
Uh, I honest, I, I don't remember.
That would be fun to actually like set up a
That
vanilla
was
play
like 7 years ago.
a
7 8 years.
vanilla playthrough of the earliest alpha we can play and do it as a multiplayer and just see how we actually compare to then versus now.
That actually might be kind of fun.
I'll tell you this right now: zombie pathing is completely different. They will not. Back then, they did not care about getting to the same level as you
Hey,
before they started attacking.
can you give me some chips and salsa?
So, like the Wizard's Tower, Jeff, would not work in a previous alpha. They would go straight to the base, and they would beat on the base and bring you down to them.
No, that's fine. That's why I said I think that would be cool to go to the earliest one that we would all be able to go to.
Yeah.
That is multiplayerable and play a multiplayer game for a stream. Um, I would not say set it if we have the ability to not say 60 minutes per hour. Set it to something smaller than 60 minutes, so this way the time progresses fast. So we would have to, speedily go do everything.
10
More or less,
minutes per day.
like speed run the damn game.
Yeah. Well, I did this. I did the 70-minute challenge on console, and you talk about rough.
70-minute challenge. What's that? You know what that is?
You start a brand new world, day set to 10 minutes. So one day is 10 minutes, and the goal is to get a base set up, get prepared. In you got less than an hour. Well, you have a little over an hour to get prepared for Horde Night on day 7, and then at the end you survive a max Horde Night. And that's how I always play time 64. If you ain't doing time 64, you ain't doing nothing hardly. Um, and the goal is to start a brand new world, get a base constructed, survive the day 7 horde or the night 7 horde, and then you're done. And on console, having 70 minutes, so it's actually like 60 66 minutes to do that. It's rough.
That actually sounds like a royal pain in the ass.
It is. It truly, because that was back because if I'm not mistaken, console ended on like Alpha 16. So
So,
doing that on console is rough.
so in other words, it would be a Horde Night virtually almost a little over an hour every time.
Yes.
So in
And
your
like,
case, you'd go through 6 Horde nights in one stream.
yes.
Screw that.
And you have to think also, during nighttime, you can't really do anything. And like 3 or 4 minutes of every 10 minutes is nothing but nighttime. So if you and are starting out early and stuff, I mean, yeah, it's extremely easy you can, if you start a console version. Well, and they don't have they didn't have traders. It's hard. You have to hopefully find some houses, a shit ton of um, toilets, and hope for a tier 1 pistol. That was the go to on it.
Potty pistol.
Yeah, and then before Alpha 20 started, and the traders were introduced from like Alpha 17 or 18 up to now. You could actually, on day 1, you could start and get a full set of weaponry in your toolbar if the trader had it.
Okay. This one's going to be kind of I already know Loki's favorite overhaul. Well, 2 favorite overhauls. In your favorite overhaul, what do you wish was part of your overhaul that is part of a different overhaul?
The UI. I hate the UI for sorcery as it currently is. It's just the vanilla UI.
Okay. I know Robot's in your channel, so I'm sure he heard that.
He did, but see, it's kind of a moot point now anyway, because they've shown screenshots of the actual release for this coming Saturday when they're releasing it to the public, the new update, and he's
Okay.
completely redoing the UI.
Okay.
Is it
Well, but
similar to anything else that we play?
From what I've seen, no, it's pretty different.
Okay.
I don't want
Okay.
to give away any details just because,
Well,
Okay.
yeah, understandable that.
not my mod, and I want it to be a surprise for those that will see it on Saturday.
Okay, so that's the only thing out of any other mod that you wish was in Sorcery mod.
Well, we've been playing, or I should say, they've been playing Joke Mod on Robots server. I'm not overly fond with that one. I played for a day and don't think I'll be going back. But I really liked the animal mounts that you can get in Joke Mod. Like there's a raptor, there's an alligator, there's a snail, and those were the 3 that I saw. But I'm sure there's more. But I liked the raptor mount. That was actually kind of cool.
Okay, so you wish that those animals were like a regular mod that you can plug into Sorcery mod or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
Joke mod's a bunch of gimmicky stuff. I know. Rizzo, I watched him build it and edit it and stuff like that. So
I don't care. It's still just
Yeah, there's just so much that is just not my kind of game. Like you eat a blueberry and you get the shits. Like how realistic is that?
no, I don't like the what was it? It's a water gun, squirt gun thing. Is like the pistol.
I saw that on Max's stream when he was playing it,
Yeah, I don't
but
like.
I didn't get that far.
Yeah. Rev.
Yeah.
With your favorite overhaul, what is something that's in another overhaul that you wish was part of yours?
Oh God.
Part of your favorite one.
I like to think of it like this: Darkness. I love for me, Darkness Falls was that difficulty spike because I truly yet had to have mastered in-game Darkness Falls, no matter how many times I've tried. So Darkness Falls is my base. We take the the allies from War of the Walkers that you could, because back in like version 1 and version 2 of Darkness Falls, you could find archers out in the wild in Darkness Falls, and you could hire them, and all they did was archery. But you had an ally form that way. I would love to have the allies and the class vending machines from War of the Walkers, Undead Legacy. Oh hell, give me the progression. I mean, the difficulty on progressing and upgrading your items in and of itself is freaking awesome. I don't think I should be able to just like put in a couple points in a perk and craft a tier 6 anything. No, you give me the shittiest fucking version, and then I have to go out and find the materials to slowly upgrade it up to um well, in Undead Legacy, the max is S 3 stars, which would be like equivalent to like a tier 8 or whatever. Or ever. Give me the tier progression and that from Undead Legacy. Um, from Sorcery, I I kind of liked the essence progression. Like now, Darkness Falls, you do get like the demonic essence from on rare from you do get them from destroying demonic portals, and on rare occasion from demonic zombies, and then like soldiers give a chance to give nanites, which is for your in-game stuff, your technological perks and stuff. And I would love to have the essence extraction type deal from sorcery, and maybe even combined, um, like the arcane stuff into it. I would love to have. You talk about like a mind orgasm in my head. That is my picture perfect overhaul mod.
Okay. Now you said the progression out of War of the Walkers. Or sorry, Undead Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
What about the like my? I agree with a lot of things you said, but I would throw in the weight.
Oh yes, the weight system. Oh my god, I was actually even thinking about that. I don't know why I didn't say. Give me an infinite expanding backpack, but I only have each item has a weight, and once you get over that weight, you can't move it. It's the encumbrance effect from
I'm a
Skyrim.
I'm a
Loki's
pack
like-
rat.
Loki's
Hell
like, no.
I am too.
No.
I am too. Trust. I mean, but oh god, right there, the weight system, especially whenever I did Undead Legacy, the weight system. Once I learned that, I'm like, man, wherever I decided to set base at the very beginning to move all of this shit, it's better if I just try to make where I decided to choose work.
Okay. Now, Rev, you kind of mixed this question with a different question that I had, but that's fine. So I'm going to ask you, since you pretty much took all the mods that you like and just smashed them all the fuck together.
Certain aspects. I mean, like for me, I don't like the special zombies from sorcery. Um, but that's just my cup of tea. Well, they weren't my cup of tea, I should say. And each one of them had things that I didn't like about them.
Okay.
But what I think, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, but what I like, what most, and if you consider what everything I've said, like for Undead Legacy, it's the things that I would choose out of Undead Legacy exponentially increases the difficulty. A weight system, the horrible weight, the upgrading system. I love that aspect. The easy stuff, I didn't care for.
Okay. Now, for me, I actually do like. Excuse me. Okay. In now I'm gonna bounce around everything except for Sorcery Mod because I've actually never played it. And to tell you the truth, I've only ever watched two people play it. Meme Bear and Loki. You two are the only two people I've ever watched play it. So yay. I honestly have to say, Darkness Falls is my favorite mod. But slightly more is War of the Walkers because I like certain things that's in War of the Walkers or over Darkness Falls. But I wish that they took like in Age of Oblivion. You can randomly find keys to open cars, and then you can possess the car because you have a key. I would like pluck that out and put that in War of the Walkers. I would take the weight and progression system out of Undead Legacy, and the fact that you need, well, that's in War of the Walkers too, the different benches to craft different things.
Yeah.
But that's in War of the Walkers. I would pluck those things out and put them in War of the Walkers. I would pluck all the titanium crap out of Darkness Falls. Plug that into the War of the Walkers. I would take some zombies out of out of all of them and put them in War of the Walkers. I would remove the frickin' spiders because I hate them. Like right off the bat, B-Dub's vehicles, which are part of Darkness Falls, those would always be in War of the Walkers. Now with the thing that you are making, Rev, with the MREs, now that would be part of the game always.
Oh yeah.
Like I would virtually like all the food would be there, but it would leave it like it is now, where they hurt you. You have go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, no, where you can only eat the MREs, you can craft the MREs, but anything else, forget it. If you accidentally eat it, you're dying.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make sense for fruits and vegetables.
It
Why
was
not?
grown in contaminated land.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. If
It's
you
like-
can make it into a food, how is it less contaminated?
Okay. The way the MRE works is that certain things are able to be used to make an MRE. If it's like the canned foods, the canned rations, the canned fruits, the cat food, dog food, stuff like that can be converted into a different type of food to where it can be eaten. If you were to take like one of the things that we did is that we took eggs. If you have an egg, which you get from a bird's nest, and you mix it with, well, I'm using bone because I didn't want to make something else, with powdered bone, that makes powdered eggs for you. So that would then you can use that to make a breakfast MRE. But if you were to make boiled meat, because technically all meat is bad. It's radiated, infected, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. It's just bad for you. Honey is technically bad. It cures your infection, but it's bad for you because the diseases or whatever from the zombies are infecting the trees and stuff. No fruit or vegetables or plants are edible because they're all from infected ground.
Sounds miserable.
Oh, it's rough.
It's a pain in the ass.
Oh, and I asked him for this. I'm
Yeah.
a glutton for punishment here. I asked him to do this for me.
Yeah. He was like, how can we make the food harder? I know. He was like, how can we make this harder? And I said, well, we can alter your food. Then he was like, okay, well, let's make how do we make it to where all food hurts you? I was like, okay, well, if all food hurts you, what are you going to eat? And he's like, well, and I just brought up, I was like, how about an MRE? They're dry packed, and technically they don't go bad for years and years and years and years. Then we're like, okay, how do you make them? Well, like if you ever watch any of the Resident Evil movies, they don't really eat food. They eat canned food, like out of the back of the truck. They remember one of the movies. They're sitting there shaking the can. It's peaches, it's chili, it's soup, because there was no label on it. They just were trying to figure out what it is. That's what they ate. So I just started taking recipes and started mixing them together. I'm like, okay, one of the things is chili mac. Well, you can make dry pasta from bones, and a couple of other things and water, and then you cook it and it makes pasta. Then we're like, okay, what goes in it?
It's good. If you think about it, Undead Legacy, you cannot take an empty jar to a lake or a swimming pool or a river or anything. You cannot get murky water from any of those sources in Undead Legacy. And the theory behind it is all that water is contaminated. Swimming pools have chlorinated chemical stuff. All the rivers and the oceans in the overhaul mod is it's contaminated with the zombie virus. So you cannot actually gather murky water from those. You can go to a fire hydrant or a toilet or anything like that. If there's water in it and stuff, you can get it from there.
How is a toilet any better?
That I kind of had questions myself, but you know,
What do you mean you can't get water from? You can't get water from anything? I don't remember that in Undead Legacy.
yeah, in Undead Legacy, the only way you cannot actually unless you found like a water barrel that actually had stuff in it or a water purifier, a water tap thing that had water in it. You cannot go to a water source to get murky water to turn into boiled water. That's why in Undead Legacy, like there's beer barrels, and there would be like 0 of 60 or 0 of 120 or 2 out of 120. You could get 2 beer. Same with the coffee pots. Coffee pots would be anywhere from 0 to 20 out of 20, and that's how many coffee you could actually get if you had empty bottles and empty uh, water plastic bottles on you.
And the same thing with the fuel. I remember that with the
Yes.
fuel barrels.
You cannot go to a water source, and you couldn't like cars. You couldn't scrap to get fuel. You actually had to find a fuel tank can and all this other stuff.
I don't know about that one. I was scrapping cars in Undead Legacy and getting fuel.
I wasn't.
I don't know. You play with extra mods though, so
No, for the most part, whenever I do the overhaul mods, especially the first time playing them, I don't do any. I do as close to vanilla ish overhaul as I can.
okay. Technically, the last question that I had is we kind of already everybody's already gave their voice their opinion, but I'll ask it anyways. Your opinion on vanilla gameplay versus overhaul versus vanilla with sprinkles, Loki.
I mean, I like the overhaul mods because they add to the game. When I first started playing 7 Days to Die, I didn't start out modded. I played vanilla for I want to say 2 months, maybe 2.5 months. So I mean, I don't think one is better than the other. I just think it's personal preference.
Okay. Would you ever go back to playing a regular vanilla game? Well, whether it's with slight mods or quality of life mods or no mods, it doesn't make a difference. But a vanilla non-overhaul game.
I would probably play on somebody else's server that was a vanilla or slightly modded vanilla game. I wouldn't go back on my server.
Okay.
I mean, I've got, like Reveka says, he's got 5 versions of the game. I've got multiple mod folders myself for different servers. So I don't feel like you have to limit yourself to just one set of mods or specifically just a vanilla game. Try them all.
Okay.
You never know what you might like.
Okay. Rev, same thing for you. Vanilla versus overhaul versus vanilla with sprinkles. You're probably like all over the place.
Right now, at this point, I mean, yes, right now we did just end our War of the Walkers, and I'm doing modded vanilla, but my choice at this state is overhaul 110%.
Okay. Base overhaul, like, just downloading it and running it, or like still adding in your sprinkles to the game.
Like base overhaul, modded vanilla. it's still to the point where
No. I mean, like, I know Darkness Falls is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Direct download Darkness Falls. That's it, or go to Nexus Mods and start finding extra mods to throw into it.
Well, I use Nexus plus 7 Days to Die mods.com. That's where I get a lot of stuff at that I've told you about that you haven't been able to find. But honestly, the last time I played Darkness Falls, it was not vanilla Darkness Falls. I ended up finding mods to increase the difficulty in some things, and I added on to them. Like Kane, the creator of Darkness Falls, he also has several other mods like increased horde spawn, um, dangerous cities, which increases the amount of like you are walking in city, you will have random feral zombies just walking around the cities. Um, incre- Improved wandering hordes where you can get anywhere from 5 to like 50 zombies in a wandering horde every 12 hours.
Screw that.
Yeah, I added all of that to my last playthrough of Darkness Falls just to give me more, because a lot of them will start with like two. Like whenever you first start, if you have it set up and stuff, you typically get 2 blank class papers and some stuff, and you can choose any 2 classes out of the 6 now to choose from branching into. Well, I took it down to 1. I only get 1 book, so whatever I start with, it's rough. Like my last playthrough, I put a challenge on myself. I had to start from the left and move over to the right. So my very first class was Farmer, one of the shittiest classes to start with. And then after I maxed out Farmer, then I went to Hunter, and then Laborer, then Survivalist, Scientist, and then Security.
Okay.
Would I go back to vanilla? You on stream? Yeah. Once Alpha 21 drops, I'll be playing it on stream. I had gotten I got to do streamer weekend during Alpha 20. I doubt I'll get to for 21, but I'll throw my hat in. I'll throw my name in the hat, see if I can get lucky. But Alpha 20, when Alpha 20 dropped, I was playing Alpha 20 3 days before everyone else was. I mean, I was sick for work that weekend, and I played for almost 48 hours straight in 72 times in 72 hours.
Sick.
Yeah, he was sick from work.
I was sick of working and then wanted to stream. That's what it was.
That works too.
Yeah. So I was sick, just I didn't have an ailment.
Well, after a stream, yeah, he did have an element. He was drunk.
Not even during that time. No.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
No. But yeah, during streamer weekend for Alpha 20, I played the fuck out of that, and I ended up playing. I ended up playing Alpha 20 vanilla with no mods for like 2 or 3 months straight, and then I'm like, okay, I've learned all the new stuff for here. I figured out how to exploit vanilla to where there's nothing going on. Let's move on to other stuff. I mean, and I had started my first overhaul back in Alpha 19, and that was Darkness Falls. So I went to Darkness Falls, and I'm like, after Kane had updated it for Alpha 20, and I'm like, this is more like it. Let's see what I can exploit here.
All right. Well, that was actually all the questions I had. If anybody has any questions they want to throw in or
I can't
ask.
believe we finished it within 2 hours. This is a first.
Well, we really didn't go off on too bad of tangents this time.
And there's only 3 of us.
Well, no, even with only having Papa on, I think we were still 5.5, 6 hours.
Yeah. With Cara, it was 5.5, almost 6 hours too.
Max, he was on for.
He was on for 2 because he got off at midnight.
No, he was on for more than 2.
Oh, I thought it wasn't very long though.
No, he was on for almost 3, but we stayed on for another 2 hours.
Yeah, so we could finish going over the questions.
Yeah. So, and then with Shiny Hero, Papa, and Radical Foil, that was like a 4 or 5 hours stream also.
So what you're saying is I'm the common denominator in the reason why we go over like 5.5, 6 hours. Gotcha.
No, because with Shiny, you weren't there. That was still a 5-hour stream.
Okay. Well, someone else took my place then.
Yeah, Papa.
Really?
It's like when Papa's around or you're around. Yeah. Our streams go a little bit long. Do you have any questions you want to throw in, Loki?
No, not really.
Okay. Rev, do you have anything extra you want to throw in or at?
Not unless any of y'all want any tips or anything that y'all may like to know for 7 days.
Yeah, I don't know if your tips would work for sorcery mod though.
Not I don't know. Now I do know in sorcery you could still do the backwards walk against vultures. You can still ride animals in sorcery. But if there's any zombies around you that if you have any of the screamer zombies that actually can shoot magic at you, you can still get hit that way, but you'll only be hit by them and not by the bear. You can jump. You can still be in the previous version of sorcery. Like I said, I don't know this new version that Loki's playing right now. I'll have to give it a try whenever it drops Saturday. I think you're right, Saturday.
The 18th.
All right, I'll have to probably try to give it a chance then and stuff. I know in the previous one you could actually, if your parkour was up, or if you could even just drop down a block fast enough to jump on it, and then jump. You can jump onto a zombie's head, and they a screamer's head, and they will actually lose sight of you. You could actually crouch on top of a screamer, and then after your whatever time frame you have, they will stop looking for you, and you could actually get sneak attack damage on them while you're standing on top of them. You can't crouch. You can't do the one crouch block in sorcery. I don't believe. I don't remember that. Can you crouch one block?
I think you can actually now.
Then you should be able to do the X-ray vision for buried supplies.
No, I'd have to check that. I think you can now in like the newer version. I don't know if you could in the previous one.
If you can crouch one block, if you can crouch through a one block thing, if you dig down straight, like 3 or 4 blocks, and then dig out one, and you crouch and you go into that one block hole and stuff, you'll see where your buried supplies is at. What else? There's just so much shit. So much. But I don't think that's really, it's unless people specifically ask for. I mean, it's kind of hard to think.
Okay, well, then I guess we actually got to finish this a little bit earlier than I planned tonight.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, we were on for about 2.5 hours. This is literally the shortest version we've had.
Yep.
To tell you the truth, on the last 4 episodes, I asked so many questions about streaming and hardware and tech when it comes to revolving around streaming. I'm kind of running out of questions.
I know Kim had a lot of questions for last time.
She did.
Yep. Fuck you, Jeff.
No.
Here's to that long straight piece in Tetris. Cheers.
What are you drinking?
Homemade piss. White line. Not looking forward to it.
Yes, you are.
Since this is near the end of the stream, I'm good. Honey, can you think of any questions that you may be interested in?
Hold on, I think my chat might have a question.
Okay.
Just told him to ask.
Sorry.
That's what happens when you do a 150 proof shot.
I don't know.
I told you to start making those halves.
I think that was a half. I think
You
I think
think,
it was
but you're
one
not
piece.
sure.
I think that was more than 150. I think that has to be more than 100. I can put that in my car and start my car with it. Okay, that's more than 150 proof.
Okay, here's one. What's a game that you can always just replay?
Ooh. Ah, like with in what context? Because I do it all the time with Zelda, with A Link to the Past randomizers. Every single game is a completely brand new game.
Okay, what's a game that you can replay that has a start and a finish that isn't random?
Ooh, that is a good question.
That can't be
That would
7 days
definitely-
because there's no ending to it.
Yeah, 7 Days to Die can't be an option because there is no ending story to it yet. You just go until you die or however. Mega Man 2. I could sit down here and if I was streaming I could stream for 12 hours, and if my stream wanted 12 hours of Mega Man 2, I would give them 12 hours of Mega Man 2, and that's going to be like and I can beat it in like 30 minutes. So that's what 24 gameplays of it.
That's fast. Oh, let's see. I don't know if I actually have any games that I replay.
I mean, that would pretty much take out any similar game because there's similar games are open ended.
Yeah. I'm looking at my game list. Oh, Elden Ring. Elden Ring.
Good one.
I could play that from
There's
start to finish a couple times.
so there's an ending to that.
There is. There is a final boss.
I mean,
Elden Ring is Darkness Falls on Dark Souls on cocaine.
I was actually surprised, as was a friend of mine, that I finished Elden Ring. I actually finished it.
That one's rough, especially if you ain't used to the Souls games.
Yeah,
Now-
I've played one Soul game previously and got to the first boss and said, screw it, and never picked it up again.
for me, I'm gonna have to go back to like NES and stuff, and say like Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and or 3.
Okay.
I could constantly replay those.
Yeah.
Or if I went to Sega, I could constantly replay Sonic or Crash Bandicoot on PlayStation. I could constantly replay any of those games.
Okay.
Man, you are kind of
And
making me want to play Mega Man now.
we have another question from a different person. What kinds of POI and/or slash dungeon experiences do you find enjoyable in 7 days?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a
Well, yeah, your community, which you don't use the compo pack, so you have the vanilla POIs, correct?
Well, I use sorcery, so I have the sorcery POIs.
Oh, that is true as well. I love the dungeon crawling aspect of it because it kind of makes you feel like almost like Final Fantasy 14 going into a raid. You have to go and Loki, you know how the raids are and stuff. That it ain't straightforward. You have to do something, then you have to go over here, then you might have to backtrack after you do something and go. I love the dungeon crawling aspect of the POIs. I don't like the ones where I can just easily just go into the front door and there is no like dungeon crawler aspect.
so like that one warehouse that you had to keep finding all the switches on.
Yes, and that was the NASA POI, the NASA rocket. I actually had to find my batteries. There was working generator. This is in 7 Days to Die. You love Nintendo so much. Thank you so much, and welcome to the channel. There was working generators, battery generators. No, sorry, generator banks, not batteries. You actually had to carry. No, they were battery banks.
The batter banks.
Yeah, you had to have batteries in, and you have to put the batteries in, and then turn the generator on to actually have a door open up somewhere, so you could continue through the POI. And then you had to find you had to work your way back around to where you could get to that generator on the other side and take the battery out. Like one battery ended up being used like 6 different times to finally get to the end of the game, end of that POI. It took me what, like 3 hours, Jeff, to get through that.
No,
I'm
it
sorry.
wasn't. What'd you say?
No, I didn't hear what he asked just now.
Look, he was asking me how long did it take him. It wasn't quite one day.
It was almost one day though. So like two and a half, like 2.5 hours to go through that one POI,
Yeah,
and that was on a 3 day, 3 hour days.
Oh wow, that's a long one.
but it didn't
I'd have-
also help. But it also didn't help the fact that because of the amount of zombies were in it, his game was lagging like crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean it was one of those extreme POIs that as soon as you popped in, over 300 plus sleepers spawned in. So it was like nonstop.
That's a lot. I would have to say my favorite POI is the Lightning Temple for sorcery.
Um,
I really like the Lightning Temple.
weird word. Uh, no, thank you. I have already have one strike on my account, and I don't want to get another one for hate speech. So
Don't worry about that one.
yeah, I'm not going to say
I
that.
usually ignore those people, Rev.
Ah,
I honestly have to say
favorite Mega Man game?
I don't have a favorite POI. Um,
Well, you play vanilla. How good could they be anyway?
well, no, I don't just play vanilla though.
I'm
I like
kidding.
I
I'm
Yeah,
I
kidding.
know.
3
I
is
will-
good as well.
I will say better than
Uh,
50% of all the 7 days games I've played are vanilla. Yes,
Yes.
but
My,
that's
read your
because
chat, Jeff.
I don't have nothing in my chat.
Well, Michael Wheezy said, "Will you tell Jeff to read his chat?"
I don't have nothing in mine.
He doesn't have anything in his. I'm sorry for interrupting you, though, Jeff. I apologize. But that
No,
was
you're good.
for you.
Yeah, I'll get to you in a second with that, Michael. Um, I like War of the Walkers. I like Darkness Falls. I honestly have to say, one of the things I like about in Darkness Falls, I don't know if this is in any of the other overhaul mods, but I actually like I think it's in the desert area where you go down in the ravine, and there's like walks up to get into like caves that go through the mountain, to go through the cliffside. You know what I'm talking about, Rev?
Yes.
Is that in any other overhauls like that?
I have not seen that in any of the other overhauls. No, but that
I
is
actually,
actually in part of the compo pack.
oh, but yeah, that's not just in Darkness Falls though.
Um, Overhaul wise, you won't find it in any of the other ones that I have played. But if you play like with vanilla compo pack, like what we're doing, there is that chance that you might come across it.
Okay, now, so I like those. I like those types of POIs to where you have to go in a door or the ground and go through like a maze to get to something else. Like in also I believe this is in Darkness Falls. You can go through a trap door that goes into like a coal mine sled. You go through the ground, then come up out of the building to go up to go up a conveyor belt ramp to get out of the building.
Yes, that I don't think I've ever actually seen that in vanilla though. I don't think I've seen
Um,
that in any of the other overhaul mods.
and then in War of the Walkers, I like the two castles.
War of the Walkers. Yes.
Because in War of the Walkers, I actually turned the castles into a base. Oh, what are you getting, wifey?
And number 9
Yeah,
is
one.
also really good. But me per 3 is amazing. By the way, uh, aim, but 2 is what 2 is the very first game I ever played. Period. So that's why it holds my favorite.
Thank you. Yeah, so that would be like that. Those would be my favorite ones.
What, bub?
I said that would be my favorite. POIs would be.
You already drank it all.
All right, Loki. How about you? What's your favorite type of POI experience?
The Lightning Temple in Sorcery. That would probably be my favorite one.
Now, is that a new one or is that part of the old one as well?
Uh, I'm not sure. It's been in the version that I've always been using, but I got mine directly from Robot. So it might be a newer POI that's not really been seen yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
I got a question for Jeff.
Sure.
What is your favorite Might and Magic game?
My favorite what?
Might and Magic. That's like
I don't-
NES, SNES era, I believe.
I don't know what Might and Magic is, so I would say none. I don't know what that is.
Jeez it.
You're so dumb.
All right. I have one more question from my chat, and that would be if you could put a character from one game into another game, who would it be and why?
Okay, Rev.
Jeff, you answer first. I have to actually think about this.
Damn you! That's what I was trying to think of.
If
Trying
you
to
could
think of-
choose one video game character and put it in another video game, who would it be?
I don't know that I could actually answer this since I mostly play MMO and RPG style games. I'm typically the main character in those games, so I don't know that I would actually have an answer for that one.
Ask your chat. Does it have to be a character, or could it be a mascot for that game?
Well, that wasn't the question.
Well, mascot. If it's actually in the game, would that count?
Well, if it's in the game, then that would be a character in the game.
Oh yeah.
Trash Jackrabbit. I've never played that game. Emma. But I would love to have the Final Fantasy chocobos.
Yes! I'd love to have them in Phasmophobia, just so I can ride them around. Oh, I'd get away from the ghost every time. Yep.
You said mascots count.
They're like the chocobo in like Pokemon, or the chocobo in like 7 Days to Die as a rideable mount, like similar to like the joke mod. Yeah.
I need to create a game.
My chat said that because we play WoW, also putting our druids into 7 days would be awesome.
That
I think I wanted you to ask that question.
I've never played Jackrabbit, Jazz Jackrabbit, Ama. But at the same time, if now as a druid, a War of Warcraft druid, if you did your shapeshift and you turned into an animal, would the hostile animals in 7 Days to Die still attack you? Would they still consider you a threat, or would that be like
Probably.
active camouflage for walking around?
See, that would be cool
Probably,
if
since
that would be cool if you could be an active camouflage.
they probably would, since in WoW animals will still attack you in your shapeshifted forms.
All right, fire.
I'd love to be a choker.
I actually think it's a kind of a neat thing that what Robot said. He actually said playing 7 Days to Die as a bear, well, would make him wet, but yeah, would actually be kind of neat to actually play as an animal that of a that goes around and attacks the other players.
That'd be like more of a like a, I'm gonna consider like 7 Days to Die and DBD combined together, where you get to choose either like you can actually be like,
Killer Survivor.
yeah, the survivors versus like a feral white or a zombie bear or a screamer. Oh my god, I would actually play the shit out of that.
Just hide around the corner and just keep screaming and spawning zombies in on them.
Yes. I mean, they would be lesser ones and stuff. But I mean, that'd be freaking awesome.
That'd be so trolly.
It would be.
I would love it. It's bad enough I have I mean, for channel points, you can actually do the screamer remote on me.
Does it make druids?
Could I take one step backwards to whenever we were talking about the different overhaul mods, taking bits and pieces out of certain things and combining them all together?
Well, that was out of certain other overhaul mods, but yeah, go ahead.
I would love to have the special zombie types from Apocalypse Now, as well as with everything else. Because the special, I mean, that would include Casper, the unfriendly ghost, the super fucking behemoth that when he explodes, it takes out like a 50 by 50 block radius. I mean, oh yeah.
I think that's it for the questions from my chat. So
Okay. Well, then I guess we actually answered all the questions. Like I said, we went through pretty easily tonight.
Damn it.
I was actually what?
We got through it in less than 3 hours.
Well, we after we're done, we can always still play like golf with friends or something like that if you wanted.
I'm sure Kim would play with you. Play.
What, you're not gonna stay up and play?
I mean, I'll stay up and stuff, but more than likely she won't let me. Because she really likes that game.
Yeah.
I'll let you play. Don't put me off as I control you. Jerk.
You're my better half. Of course, you control me.
Oh my god.
That's as Loki said earlier. That's a trap.
You're on the bad side.
I know I'm on the bad side, so hopefully you don't.
I'm not.
On camera, anyway.
Exactly.
All right. Well, like I said, this is the first time we've actually got to end relatively early tonight.
Yeah.
Why are we ending?
We by some miracle of whatever holy above has let us get through the entire questionnaire tonight in record time.
Yeah, that was surprising. Well, with that being said, I guess we can end here, and either everybody can go on with their own streams, or if we want to play some golf with friends. I don't know if you have that game, Loki, or if you want to play.
I do not, but it's almost midnight here, so I am probably going to go ahead and raid out and stop here.
Okay.
So, it was fun. Thank you for having me on here.
I thank you for showing up, and it actually was very much fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Loki, it was great to meet you, and I hope we get to.
I hope you come back next weekend.
I think I have plans next weekend, but I'll have to see.
Okay. So Loki, you're gonna raid out. Rev, do you want to play? You want to play a game, or you want to just end stream right here and raid somebody?
It's up to you. I'm not your boss.
I'll probably end it for me, so we can me and Kim can spend a little bit more, you know,
Okay.
off stream
Well-
time together.
Well, then I'm going to end up raiding Miss Flex then. So you guys can raid whoever you guys are planning on.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me and watching tonight. I'm going to go ahead and raid out. I'm going to go to my ending screen and talk to y'all soon.
All right. Guys, thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with me. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. You have a
All right.
safe and wonderful weekend. We'll be back on tomorrow, tomorrow evening sometime. I'm not sure what time, but we will be picking up back up in the modded vanilla setting that we've started. So, yeah. I hope to catch y'all again tomorrow. Until then, good night.
Bye.
Let's see. I don't know if there is anyone on at the moment.